What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Flagrant 2. Hi, everybody. How are you, Akaash?
I'm great, buddy.
Hey, Al.
I'm great.
How you doing? Hey, Eddin.
Hello.
How you doing? Okay. I learned a very interesting thing. My mom told me this at 36 years old. She was hanging out with me and my girlfriend, and we were looking at baby pictures. And then all of a sudden she just goes, oh, yeah, funny thing about Andrew, her accent. Funny thing about Andrew is when he was young, he never baby talked. And I go, what? I go, what do you mean? He goes, yeah, you never baby talked. Like, nothing. No goo goo gaga, nothing. I go, what? She goes, yeah, it was a problem. We were concerned. She goes, you started walking before you started talking? You didn't. She goes, you didn't say mama, dada, nothing.
What was your first word?
This is what happened, right? And this will speak volumes about who I am as a person afterwards, right? Literally, they're talking to doctors, psychotherapists, other baby group moms. Right. They're standing over my crib just going, mama, dada. Like, all my mom wants and all my dad wants is some acknowledgement that I know that they're my parents, right? They just want some kind of fucking love, right? We're coming back from the park. They've almost given up. They're like, maybe he's mute. We don't know what we're going to do with this kid. We're coming back from the park. And then out of nowhere, I just go, guys, I think I want to go back on the swings. I haven't said anything to my parents. Dead ass. I haven't said anything to my parents my entire life.
How old are you?
Over 1, apparently. Right? And I go, I don't know the exact age. I have to ask my mom to find the exact age. Incredible. I go from nothing at all to full sentences. My parents both like screech stop. And they're like, what? And I'm like, and I go, yeah, I'm not done with the swings yet. You want to go back to sentence? I'm like, yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah,
full sentences.
Nothing makes more sense than Andrew's first words being demands.
Yeah, I know.
But I guess everything in life was good. There was no reason to talk about anything. And then
they deprived you of extra swing time.
I wanted my swing time, guys. And they thought I wasn't going to speak up. Well, you got another thing coming if you think that I'm not going to speak up, Mom and Dad. You're going to chip me on my fucking swing time.
Oh, my God.
So apparently after that, I just started speaking in full sentences to them. Not as like an adult English, as a child, but never goo gaga. Never, none of that. It was always like, I want to go eat. I'm hungry. I have poop in my pants. Yeah, and apparently, I mean, she was opening up about me as a child. It's really fun. You should actually sit down with your parents and like go through these old albums because it will trigger their memories. You know, and we're going through these things, and apparently, I was a fucking horrible kid from like 1 to 2.
What a shock.
Or 3 to 4 or to 5. Basically in the kindergarten. 0 to 5. I was a fucking torturous kid. Like, I would only wear Oshkosh Bagosh.
Yeah,
I think I've talked about this.
Maybe it was a Patreon, maybe.
Yeah, I only wear Oshkosh Bagosh overalls. Doesn't matter what it was. Wedding Oshkosh Bagosh overalls. I didn't give a fuck, and I would fight my mom with it. And then,
how did you know if it was Oshkosh Bagosh?
I know.
Did you know if it was...
I know.
Like off-brand overalls? Like Mervin's overalls?
No. You're not going to give me none of the fucking TJ Maxx, none of that shit. I need my Oshkosh Bagosh. And she was showing me I had like fits. I had fits done. And then I would only wear 3-piece suits to school because I wanted to dress like my dad.
Whoa.
And to
tie?
Preschool. I didn't do tie because my dad did a tie. You know what I did? Bow tie. I had to step it up one more level. Yeah. Kind of crazy though. The no talking thing is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And also the little...
I know, this confirms, like, you are a psycho.
Yeah.
No.
Like since birth.
But I wish I knew this.
It's like being gay.
Yeah. You're born that way. Yeah.
Do you think your parents regretted encouraging you to talk so much when you immediately just come out with demands?
Oh, I think they didn't realize how good they had it. Right? Because once I started, I don't think I've stopped since for the next, 35 years. But how crazy is that like, even at a young age... we are who we are.
Yeah, it's wild.
Like, there are personality traits that I was just born with. I wasn't taught to be that way.
Yeah.
That's just who the fuck it is.
Nature, nurture.
Demanding. I want to look different than all the other kids. Or I want to do something different than all the other kids. Yeah. It's... Yeah, I don't know. I mean, have you spoken to your parents?
My
about,
mom be acting like I was the best kid ever. She's like,
Yeah.
he never gave me any problems. I'm like,
Yeah.
I vividly remember temper tantrums.
Really?
What are you talking about?
what
Yeah.
kind of tantrums?
Dude, she tells us one story. We were all staying at somebody's house, going to a wedding, whatever, like my parents and their friends.
Yeah.
And I woke up and I didn't have milk or something. And this isn't crazy to her that I was this spoiled or whatever.
Yeah.
And there was a girl, one of the aunties was sleeping that I thought was my mom. So I like tried to wake her
Start
up.
sucking on them titties. Son, that would be dope. That's what made you a virgin until marriage? You sucked on one wrong pair of titties? You got some Indian hairy nipples?
No.
You're like, fuck this. I'm done. Where the white bitches at?
So I was trying to like shake her to wake her up. I needed the bottle, right? I want my bottle, or maybe pacifier. I don't know.
Yeah.
She wouldn't wake up, so I just started slapping, just bang, bang. Lady won't wake up. Indians be sleeping, I guess.
Yeah.
And then my mom was like, "What
Maybe
the
they're
fuck
just
is
used
this
to
kid
getting
doing?"
beaten by
I got it. I hope y'all wouldn't catch it.
She was literally there like, is my husband home? What's happening?
You know what's crazier is apparently they got passed on to me. So like, I don't know how I weeded it out of myself in the past 34 years or whatever.
Listen, from birth.
You are who you are. You're Indian at birth. That's what it is, bro.
And
You
I've
saw a
been-
woman, you're like, that bitch needs to get beaten.
Where's my dinner, bitch? Is it breakfast time or not?
It's 2 a.m. We'll start cooking. Ain't none of this bitter. Okay? Cookie. All right, so go. After you beat her up.
But then my mom realized, she's like, oh my God, she thinks this is me. And then she just got me milk and I was fine or whatever. But it's like, that's a tantrum. She acts like, oh, she tells stories about how smart I was because I like knew what day of the week it was. It's like, yo, come on, this is crazy.
No, parents do exaggerate that shit, like whatever their kid can do. Like my mom, apparently during that time where I wasn't speaking, she was bragging about how well behaved I was. like she was like, we can take him anywhere. He doesn't say a thing. He's good at the restaurants. We're so lucky. And deep down, she's like, is my kid retarded?
Oh, man.
This 2 weekends ago, I went to visit my mom and sister in Philly.
For your mom's birthday, right?
Yeah, for my
Happy
mom's
birthday,
birthday.
Al's
Birthday,
mom.
Miss Media.
Hey, mama. So the funniest thing is just ridiculing my nephew and just watching how my sister and brother-in-law take it. It's so funny.
Like, what are you
So
doing?
he's
You're getting a little bit of Andrew in you, dog. That's
Yeah,
wild.
it's just
dog.
so
It rubs
funny,
off,
son.
bro. It rubs off,
I
dude.
just like, yo, shut that fat baby up, son.
No, because the baby can't understand yet.
Yeah.
So you just talk hellish
Yeah.
shit to the baby. What else you say?
Nah, just every little thing they would do. Like,
Yeah.
they'll pick, when they're carrying a baby and they just like, oh, you're heavy. I was like, sure is. I was just, the whole weekend just trashing them.
Yo, that's your nephew, yo.
Doesn't matter. Sometimes
Okay,
you
he
gotta
gets
do
these
it.
jokes.
Yeah, everybody
give
gonna
him
get
tough
these
skin
jokes,
from
bro.
early.
Real talk, man. Stop sucking on a pacifier like that.
So, it's
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you gonna give your kid pacifiers? Yo, I don't know about all that.
what you mean?
I don't know, bro.
Nah, I'm gonna give him anything just to
You
shut
think
him
some
up.
things aren't all nature, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
I
what
think
you're
even teaching, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Pacifier just seems weird. Hey, suck on this.
What if you got a daughter? You
Say
more
what?
likely or less likely to give it than a son?
I ain't gonna have my daughter sucking bad dick, bro. That shit ain't. Hey, bro, let me tell you something.
That's what I knew. I
One
knew he would
thing about
answer
me,
like that.
I'm competitive. Okay.
That's why I asked, because I was like, I think he might just
Bro.
shove a pacifier in his daughter's mouth. You're gonna learn today.
Hey,
the words of Kevin Hart.
baby. Teach her what you do. We're gonna be at the barbecue, all three of us comparing.
So,
Right?
but what size is the pacifier? Is it
Say
gonna be,
what?
Is
Ain't
it gonna
nothing to
be?
ain't nothing to
Hey,
compare.
why are you sucking a bottle from the backside? What's wrong with you? Hey, nothing comes out the back part. Hey, babe, you told it too early. What's going on?
Hey, yo.
Real talk, man. What would you rather? You rather your daughter trash is sucking dick or too good?
Trash.
Really?
Yes.
Trash.
And now you gotta have her crying why she keep getting broken up with, and you can't tell her the reason.
Hey, I don't care. if
You
she
can't
gets broken up
sit your daughter down. You could be like, yo, your neck game garbage.
No, that's a conversation for mom.
So you're gonna.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's another thing I was trying. Before we get to flagrant thought, that's another thing. Okay, real quick, would you rather your daughter too good at sucking dick or too bad at
Trash.
sucking dick?
Trash. Absolutely.
Yo, y'all are crazy. You want your daughter to be lonely for her life?
Yeah.
Yes.
How that's good?
So then
you're not gonna have grandkids?
Nah, then she just
gonna
takes
be on
care of
you?
me.
Say what?
That she just takes care of me
That's
when
some
I get older.
Latino ass shit,
Yes,
yo.
that's what they
That is
supposed to
some
do.
Latino ass shit.
That's
Where
why
the
my
ugly-
sister is in Philly with my mom.
Son, nah, but they do that shit. The ugly fat daughter, right? Got to take care of the parents. The one that never gets
absolutely.
married.
Yeah.
They give the daughter a complex when they're young. Be like, oh, you're so fat and you're so ugly. You're never gonna get married. And then they never get married. And then they take care of the fucking parents.
All that, but
Son, that is true. Eddin.
they do.
Eddin's sister moved out the house as soon as she could, right? She like, you ain't gonna ugly fat daughter me. You gonna do that to Eddin. They be feeding that motherfucker nonstop.
You know what's funny? We be ugly fat daughtering Eddin.
Yo, we be ugly fat daughtering him, and he going along with it. Fucking de Turkey. This fucking de Turkey over here, bro. You don't see what your parents are doing, bro. Son.
Yo.
Okay, there was something I wanted to say about. It was about kids though. Fuck, what were we talking about?
Trash dick, sucking dick.
Conversations with the parent.
Having the mom have that conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it was something else that was pseudo related. So you would. Oh yeah, that was it. That was it. Okay. What would you? Oh, this is it. This is real shit. Okay. Let's say you got a daughter, right?
Yeah.
Mustache is thorough.
This is a distinct possibility.
It is almost
A certainty.
a guarantee.
It's a virtual certainty.
It's a certainty. Okay.
All right.
Real talk.
I'm with
okay.
you.
Mustache.
Yeah, that's what's up.
As a father, do you sit her down and say that shit is
Hell
gross?
no.
So you let the mom tell your daughter what time when she got to start waxing a stash or shaving legs or that kind of shit like that.
Yeah.
Nah, I think I tell her.
How are you gonna break?
Come on, yo.
She's supposed to be perfect in your eyes. You know what I mean?
You
Like
feel
you're the
differently-
man. You don't want her looking for validation from other men.
Yeah,
right?
so she gets it from
Al,
me.
I don't think you understand this. You feel differently about a daughter when you let your girl have them.
Yeah, all of a sudden you accepting about the child. You didn't even accept the embryo with the egg. Like you're not gonna accept the full
Last thing Al
fucking
ever
thing.
did is accept a child.
Old abortion Al over here.
Oh, come on.
No matter how hard your girls try to accept, you be like, pull the ripcord. Plan C out this motherfucker.
That was too good of an alliteration right there.
Abortion Al, bro. That's for real. Those two X's are for.
Oh man.
Yeah, probably. I guess the mom would have to tell her.
I think because the daughter.
But I think it would be easy for me because I could be shaving and be like, hey, you want to play around?
Your daughter can't shave, it comes back thicker when you shave,
Yeah.
dog. It's got to be a wax. What I'm trying to say
Or
is.
laser.
Say what?
Or laser.
Or laser, right? Yo, I was thinking about this shit. How strong are girls' pubes that you gotta get lasers involved, right? Like that's crazy. Like you can't just take them out.
I prefer the laser though.
Say what?
I think it's just a much more long-term solution.
Yeah.
In
Yeah,
it, like
I
one and
know
done kind of thing.
because you're lasering out the thing that the hair grows from.
Yeah.
But golly,
Yeah, because then if they do the waxing, then the hairs have to get long enough to get waxed again.
yeah, I do
so
not
they go
like
through that
the
grow
wax
back
feels
session.
good for a week, and then after you actually are tortured for longer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The laser's way better.
I don't need no pussy with a 3 o'clock shadow.
What'd you
Like,
say?
I don't need pussy with a 3 o'clock shadow.
Yeah, can't have that Bollywood pussy. Pussy look like it's about to dance. Pussy look like it's about to dance victoriously. I got her back.
No, I'm talking about that George Clooney.
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
need that
that
George
Clooney.
Clooney, that stubble, yo.
That Ocean's 11 days
Yeah.
later. Damn, bitch, you at Ocean's 13 with that pubic hair. What's up with this growth?
It's got that Daniel Ocean. Get up out of here, yo.
So that's what I'm trying to say is when it comes to the father, we have to be, even if we don't believe it, we have to act like our daughter is the perfect image of a woman so that she doesn't seek that male validation from other people. And then the daughter knows that the mom loves her unconditionally.
That's what's up. That's
they
it.
know that already. That's baked in. So she got to do the hard shit like, yo, wax your lip. You know, yo, stop walking pigeon-toed.
You're not into the pigeon toe, huh? Yeah, a little pigeon ain't bad, huh?
Nah, we're not doing no pigeon-toe out here.
So when I was younger, you would look for the pigeon-toed girls.
You going after retarded girls out.
Son, nah, because they had the fatties.
No, they don't have a fatty.
they had
They're just
the
bent
fatties.
over more because of the pigeon toe. And this pigeon toe is something completely correctable. It's something that's actually really bothered me. I don't understand why people still do it. Or still have
They
it.
got the fatty, so.
I guess. I don't know. Anyway, it is a unique situation, but I think you have to leave that up to the girl, because if you do it, if you're hypocritical of her looks, she's going to gravitate to men that appreciate her looks, and all of a sudden, she's a hoe.
Yeah. You can't do that.
That's how you make your daughter a hoe.
Yeah, you can't give her no complex, yo.
You'll give her a
You
complex.
are the model for what your girl looks for in a man. So if you're always critiquing her appearance, she's going to feed off of that with the next guy. A guy that's always making her feel bad about herself.
Bro,
Yeah, but
can I
you do
be
it in
honest
a
with
nice
y'all?
way.
Can I be honest with y'all? When I was looking at pictures of my mom when she was younger,
Please don't. Son, please don't.
Because I seen them pictures. No, I'm kidding.
not only is my mom fine, like my dad got a joint, and my dad was handsome too. I'm not gonna lie, he was a little
pictures you
stud
looking at?
muffin. Son, he was a stud muffin.
Yo, word.
And right after I was born, my mom had the heavy tits.
Son,
Yo, she had the heavy webbies, bro. She had
Son.
the heavy webbies, dog. She had them heavy webbies.
Son, you're nasty. Son.
I'm not. I'm just
How-
saying, objectively speaking,
Nah,
my
you
mom's tits
just
was
can't.
heavy.
Like, when you look at your parents, it's just love.
Can you look at her then? Because I need to confirm what I'm
I
seeing.
can't do it. That's
She had
disrespect,
the
dog.
juggernaut. She had the juggernauts, dude. She did. Akash,
Son,
them
you-
sweater pups, and they were like,
Yo, it's so wild.
I know this is
Son,
disgusting.
she did. And then I started looking at her, and I was like, yo, does my girl kind of look like my mom a little bit back in the day? I might have an Oedipal complex. Is it Oedipal or Oedipal? Well, shit,
But I
my mom
think
was
that's-
looking edible back in the day. Let's go, Dad! Let's go, Dad! You know what I mean?
Yo.
I'm crazy.
Yes.
Akash, your mom wasn't fire, you yawn, you
I'm
yawn.
sure she was.
But you never saw, they didn't have pictures back
I didn't.
They just made the cameras there and sent them right over here,
My
dog.
mom moved here in 68 or something
So
like
they
that.
must have had a cam.
Yeah.
And
She looks pretty. That's my mom, but I didn't see
you know
her
how
like
pretty
that.
your mom was? Your dad met her one day and said, I'm going to spend the rest of my life with her.
I get it.
That's bad.
Yeah, no, I get it. She was probably bad, but I legit don't look at my mom and be like, oh, take a look
Son,
at mama.
keep it 100.
Yeah,
keep
I'm
it a
keeping
stat.
I'm keeping it a buck.
She wasn't
$1.50.
filling out that silk.
Son.
So she wasn't
Yo.
that silk wasn't busting at the seams.
You gonna call her and ask her?
Yo, low key, tell her to send the best pic, because we know the feets are on
Son,
point with
this
that
is
plum nail
wild,
polish.
son.
Yo, are you out of your
Son,
goddamn mind?
this is
I never
wild.
thought I'd say this, but this gone too far. Yo. It's gone too far.
Flagrancy has reached the limit.
Yo, it's
Hey,
too far, yo.
I'm not gonna lie. Al mom pretty, bro. Hey, she pretty, bro. She pretty. That's a pretty woman.
Yo, you know, son, shit's gonna start
that's
breaking in here,
disrespect.
son.
That's disrespect to say your mom is a
Son,
pretty woman.
this is
with a
weird, son.
amazing personality, charming personality.
Eddin,
like
how'd
she's
you
charismatic.
like-
No, that's
son.
fine. You can say about my mom. I get that. My mom
Okay.
was a beautiful lady. But when you start talking about juggernauts, bro, it's a little different.
Bro. She didn't have juggernaut. She had jugger. Yes. What's the opposite of not?
You
know what I mean?
stupid idiot.
What's the
I
opposite of not?
was wondering how he was gonna flip
Jugger
that.
is? What's the opposite of not? Jugger B?
What'd you say, jugger? Yes.
Jugger yes?
I think that's the best you come up with.
What's not? What's
jugger halves? I don't know. That's
the not? Or what's the opposite of not? Does? And if you don't stop your fucking English second language ass from talking when English speakers are talking, this guy got a straw hanging out his ear like he's a turtle. Someone take a pic.
That's not a straw. That's a baster.
Yo, what is the opposite of not, Al?
I don't know, son. I don't know.
We don't got that?
We don't got that.
We don't got it in English?
Am?
Because it's not a thing. It's just you just put it before it to make it not.
Ah.
Yeah, so.
So it's if it isn't there,
just
then
had
it
juggers.
is.
Yeah.
She just had damn juggers. You know how cows got udders?
I'm trying
Son,
to get in on this.
Yo,
but this
our
is
moms
wild.
got damn juggers,
Yo,
bro.
You don't gotta say our mom.
said our,
It's getting
yeah.
wild. You saying
Yo,
our moms?
real talk. You saying you don't look at pictures of your mom back in
No,
the day,
I don't.
and you just like this. You like. Son, you already sucked on your mom's tits.
Son!
You did. Son. No disrespect.
Stop.
Hey, it's no
Son,
disrespect.
I'm throwing batteries at you, son.
Hey,
Stop.
I'm gonna be honest. It's kind of funny when he's not saying it to you.
Son,
It's kind of funny.
Son, let's hang up on that. So listen,
No,
you
no,
don't
it's
think
not.
back in the day
Oh
when you
my
were
God.
sucking on your mom's tits,
Son, this is
which you
wild.
did do. That's a fact. That's a fact of
No,
life.
I wasn't.
Yo, that's.
Oh, you were on a bottle,
formula?
I was
Ain't no
on- I was
Puerto
on
Rican
formula.
having formula, yo.
son.
I was on formula.
You were
Yeah.
not on formula.
I was on formula.
Son,
Dead
What
breast
ass.
kind of
milk and
formula
coffee,
they
yo.
make?
I don't know, but there was formula. Ovaltine.
Ovaltine. It ain't chocolate milk.
Yeah.
That's not formula. Eddin knows about formula. You know what I mean? For real. What when you were sucking on your mom's tits?
I didn't suck on my mom's tits.
After
I
y'all
can't even
finished
say
sucking,
that.
did y'all do this at the end? Like, did you do that a little bit? Did you just, right when you finish, be
Did
like,
you go? Did you go?
I probably did.
Yeah, son, you said, now you on board? Because Akaash on board?
Nah, because after something delicious, you go.
Oh, the titties was delicious? Is that what you saying, son? You saying your mom's titties taste delicious,
Son,
bro?
the milk was delicious, man.
You ever wipe your mouth and then burp in?
Oh my god. Akaash.
Yo, you ever hold the titty in your mouth and then burp into it to make it bigger?
Hey,
Y'all never did that one? Played that trick on your mom? Be like, bleh, and the titty popped up, got real big?
how do you think titties work?
I know,
What?
son. What are you doing?
I don't know how they titties work, but I'll tell you one thing: my mom's titties, they work. Back in the day,
Nothing makes
back
more
in the
sense
day.
than you talking like this with your hair looking like
But
it looks.
listen.
Take that hat back off.
All
Just
right,
while you
fine.
have this combo.
I'm saying
'Cause
back
now
in
it
the
makes
day.
sense.
Back
yo.
in the day, guys. It's back in the day.
He was
Now my
giving- he
mom's
was
titties look like
raspberry.
them dogs that go get the bird after you shoot it.
What?
You know those hounds that got the
basset hound?
They got the-
Basset hound.
Oh my god.
That's what my mom's titties be looking like now.
Stop.
I caught my mom putting on sweatpants. I think she put her titties inside the sweatpants. My mom built like Andy Ruiz.
Yo, you think when you see old ladies with the fupa, that's just titties down there?
I think a little titty might got in it.
They just tuck them into the shirt because it's like, you know, they're not going to pop out on you like that.
Honestly, if I'm being honest,
It's just a bra at that point.
It's a bra.
Stretchy
I be looking at
pants.
my mom wearing a bra like, why?
You look like if
For what? For what? What are we doing out here? How are we acting? You know what I mean? Sometimes I'll be like, Mom, twist this show. Twist this show, Mom. Hit him with one of the hit him with some shoulders. Duval it.
you looking wild. You looking
Am
super
I?
wild.
Am I?
Bro, you look like
I just started talking 35 years ago. Y'all had a whole head start on talking over me. Okay?
oh fuck.
Shit. I've been speaking English as long as Eddin. You know? You know what I'm saying, Eddin?
Oh my god. All right.
That wasn't your flagrant thought is what's wild.
Yeah, son.
Y'all wanna know my flagrant thought?
Yeah.
Son, that's the most flagrant thing you ever
That's
said,
not
son.
the most flagrant thing. This is the most flagrant thing. And I've thought about this seriously. Because the Weinstein decision came in today. Was that your flagrant thought too?
No.
Okay.
My
So-
flagrant thought is we'll get to it.
All right, you want to go first?
Well, yeah, it's actually not even my
All right,
flagrant
go.
thought, but it was so flagrant that I had to bring it to the podcast.
All right, go.
Somehow, me and my girl were talking to Brian, and shouts to Brian.
Shouts to
Haskell
Brian.
Captain. We were
You know what I
talking
mean?
about
Probably
the-
got a fine, mama. With a
get-
thick bosom. you know
they say?
Brian got that thick bosom.
You wildin',
Yo, all due respect. It's all
He
due
ain't even learning to defend
respect.
himself.
Yo, ADR, y'all.
What does that mean?
All due respect, yo. It's ADR out here.
You
know what I
think,
mean?
you think they
Gang.
were supple?
Say what?
You think they were supple?
They supple no matter how you spell it.
How can you spell it?
I figured that was a sneaky L. I figured it was SUPPL you know what I mean? Like sometimes that L be late, be all Alex.
Ed and your people know about all things sneaky. How do you spell it? Sneaky L or no?
Double L.
There's 2 L's?
You wrong as fuck, yo. You don't know.
How
I
you
just
spell
want to call his
supple?
people sneaky, that's all.
They sneaky.
Nah, how you spell supple for real? I thought there was a B in there.
Supple?
There's a B?
I thought it was a sneaky B.
Silent B?
Are you out of your goddamn
I
mind?
thought it was a silent B.
Ain't no silent
Oh,
B's,
no.
bro.
That's subtle, you dumb motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yo, come
Oh
on.
yeah, that one. There we go. There's one of them.
Supple. I was right. SUPPLE. You know what I mean? Ella. All right, go.
So we're asking like fucked up thoughts or whatever, and then
Yeah.
my girl was like, I was at the mall yesterday, and I hated every minute of it, and I literally thought to myself, oh, I see why these get shot up.
Wow. Your girl said that?
Bro, I'm rubbing off.
Whoa.
That's all right, huh? That's flagrancy.
Hold on, let me
So
take it
that's,
in.
This is the queen of flagrancy
Let
right
me
there.
take it in, bro.
The first lady of flagrancy.
Wow. Whoa, dude. That's strong. So she's like, I see why they get shot up because she just hated being there
She
so
was
much.
just like, I see why someone would go crazy in here. Oh my God. That's the flagrant thought.
What was it that triggered it? What was the store?
I actually didn't ask. We were in the middle of a text storm at that point, so I just heard the thought and then I had to block it out. But I was like, that's great. That's great. I love that. That's my future wife. She was just like, I see why this happens sometimes. I get how a person could walk in here and be like, fuck it.
All right, guys, let's take a break for a second. Pay some bills. You know, this is my favorite sponsor on the podcast, Blue Chew. You already know, if you're new to the podcast, get your dick game right. Let's just be honest, okay? Blue Chew, that's going to have your girl maybe screaming at the top of her lungs is an understatement, but definitely the best dick that you ever given her in your entire life. And if you bust off once, you take that chew and then you go round 2. And that's exactly how the game is played. We're not playing no fucking game. Same active ingredient that's in Viagra and Cialis, okay? You go online, you go to bluechew.com, use our promo code FLAGRANT. They're going to send you a free trial. It's only $5 for shipping. You have nothing to lose here. Just sign up. Get it. See if you like it. See if your girl likes it. She 100% will. If it's a girl that you're trying to impress, well, then impress her. Okay? Impress her. You got nothing to lose in this situation at all. BlueChew.com. You just pay $5 free shipping to have the hardest dick of your life and give the woman you love the thing that she deserves. Okay? Sex. Amongst other things. BlueChew.com. Promo code FLAGRANT. Try it for free. Only $5 shipping. Get it. Let's get back to the show. My girl keeps sending me rings from Instagram accounts.
So my girl was doing that for years.
Yo, but this is what she don't get. I've blocked the Instagram accounts, but she doesn't realize that yet. So she just keeps sending me things, and I'm like, I can't see it. And I just show her Instagram. I just show screenshots of my DMs showing that it's not showing up.
Yeah.
And it is driving her fucking crazy right now. And I be acting mad interested too. I'm like, yo, I really want to see what your ideal ring is, but it keeps whatever. She's like, should I just take a screenshot of it? And I'm like, yeah, I guess, whatever way we can do it.
Yo, that's genius, low key.
So just block every ring account that exists and you're fine.
Every ring account that
Just
exists.
block everything that says ring on it.
So G's been hinting towards this ring for a minute.
Ain't no hints.
The carrots.
Ain't no hints.
At this point, it's not hints anymore.
Ain't no hints. It's just direct. This is the one. This is the one.
And then if you
That's
say
what's up.
something, she's going to be like, what, you don't think that when you see me, this is the one?
No, I say you were the one.
Oh, okay.
I say we don't need all this, conventional, all that kind
Isn't
of
that
stuff.
cute?
Yeah.
Isn't that cute?
What?
Pull this up in 8 months.
Yeah, I know, right?
Nah, she gonna get the ring. Obviously, it's so stupid.
So you should tell about
This whole thing is so stupid. And you know what I told her? Two could play that game.
What you going to ask for?
I want a ring too.
That's what I say.
Son,
Yo.
you know you got to buy your own ring.
What?
Yes, you buy your own wedding band.
I said I want the diamonds on mine.
Yeah, you
I
still
want
buy
a
it
diamond
yourself.
band. Why do I have to buy my ring?
Son, that's just how it works.
You're still not going to, you got to think of something else. I told my girl I want a car. Give me an engagement car. That's about how much we spent on rings. Give me a nice Corolla or Camry or some shit like that. I don't even want to drive. I have a bit about this. I just want you to feel that pressure. Where they're like, babe, what kind of car do you want? I'm like, I don't know. It depends on how much you love me.
Hey, do you
feel that? You feel that?
Do you not know your girlfriend?
Oh, I ain't getting no fucking
You
car.
ain't getting shit.
I ain't getting no fucking car, yo.
You might not get a seat at the wedding. It literally might just be one seat at that table in the front where the bride and groom sit, and she might be like, "Oh, you wanted to be here?
Yo,
I thought you wanted to be with your friends.
Don't threaten me with a good time. I'm gonna marry my girl. I'm gonna marry her, but I don't really feel like I need to be at this wedding.
Yo, that might be the fucking solution to all this.
Again, working on a bit about this. All we are is we're just there so they don't look like losers throwing parties for themselves. They've dreamed of this party their whole life. Your girl tell you that? I've been dreaming about this since I was a kid. My girl tells me all the time. She never says I've been dreaming about you. She says I've been dreaming about this day. This day is all they want. And they just need a motherfucker there so they can have their day.
Yeah. Do they not realize it's always their day?
Yo, I don't think so, yo. But it's only their day with you. They want everybody. They're not satisfied with taking one person's life. They want everybody for a day.
She about to shoot up that mall, son. I think you're seeing exactly who you're going to marry right now.
Yo, bro, my girl ain't been subtle ever.
Put me at the table by the exit. I want to be at the table by the exit.
Hey, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
She'll put you outside the exit. Really keep you safe. Close the doors on you.
I canceled a whole weekend of shows for this fucking wedding, yo. Did
yo,
you know
why it's got to be a fucking wedding, yo?
Because that's what it is. All weddings suck.
Oh, they're terrible.
Let's be honest.
They're terrible.
It's camp for adults. Nobody likes camp.
Yeah,
you choose what I eat. You choose what I do, where I have to be the whole fucking time. Such a stupid idea. But I'm here for you.
It's a mortgage.
It is a stupid idea, like to force adults to do shit.
It's a mortgage.
It's what?
It's a mortgage.
Oh, and you're wasting all this money.
That's all I care about, dog. I don't give a fuck if the wedding.
No, I care about my weekend. What I like about you, I like about you is you decided to do it during weather that I don't care about. You're doing it in October.
Oh yeah.
I don't care about October weather. But these people that do summer weddings, I think it's insulting. I think it is insulting. We have 8 total weekends in New York in the summer where the weather is pretty much guaranteed good. 2 of those always get ruined. One of them is July 4th. Nobody's going to get married on July 4th anyway. That leaves you with 5 good weekends. And these absolute imbeciles think that they should take your fucking weekend from you. It's absurd. I love fall wedding. None of us have anything to do in October.
No, you good.
You actually give us something to do in October. An event that we can go to.
Hey, you welcome.
Yeah.
I just don't want to pay for it. That's all that's killing me. It's just there's a moment.
Summer wedding.
Here's what's wild too is you look at all these costs individually like, oh, that's kind of high. Oh, that's kind of high. And then you just kind of forget about it because you negotiate each cost with whatever little wiggle room you got.
Yeah.
And then when you add up the costs, the number blows your fucking mind. Like, how did we get here? I thought we were doing okay. And then you're just looking at a goddamn mortgage.
Yeah. Why don't you just buy a house instead and not do this stupid wedding?
I would love to.
So why doesn't she get that?
I don't know.
I think you should just take all the wedding money and then buy a house and then deal with it after. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
Hey, the house is bought. What do you want to do?
This guy. I want you to try that.
I think it's a great idea.
I want you to try that.
Good luck, yo.
Yeah. You're going to take out a fucking reverse mortgage or whatever the fuck that is.
On the house?
Yeah, on the house
Just to
to
pay
have
for the
a
wedding?
yeah.
So now we back to zero?
Yep.
That's a possibility. Anyway, I don't know. But that's a crazy flagrant thought. Al, what'd you have?
I don't got one.
All right. Well, my crazy thing, blah, 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 blah. I don't know what I just said. My crazy flagrant thought of the week is Weinstein is too ugly to get away with rape. So he got convicted today, right? But he got convicted of, this is why it gets serious. So he got convicted of sexual misconduct, which I don't even know what the fuck that is, and then 3rd-degree rape. Apparently there's like
I didn't know that either.
degree. I thought it was just rape or you don't rape. But now there's like degrees of rape.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. You knew that?
Yeah.
It
Like,
made
there's-
sense when I saw it, but I didn't know.
There's like the alleyway.
That's
Hold 'em
rape.
down. Nah, but then
have a
there's-
different name for everything else.
Yeah, but his was just like, oh, hey, come to my room and
No, this
you're
is what it-
uncomfortable now.
This is 3rd-degree rape. It's like ultimatum rape. for example, you live with me. F.A. was breaking this down. You live with me. If I kick you out, you're homeless. Hey, you want to keep living here? You got to suck my dick.
That's rape.
Son,
Isn't that blackmail?
I think it's prostitution. That's soliciting prostitution.
Shit.
And if the girl agrees, she's prostituting. Anyway, point is, right? It's a barter. Hey, do you want to live here? Airbnb exists. Let's stop acting like Airbnb don't exist. Would you like to continue Airbnb in this apartment? Yes. Dick suck.
Son, I know that
What
was
is the difference
rape,
between a
son.
barter and a blackmail?
Sex. I don't know. I'll be honest, I don't fucking know. But point is, Weinstein,
That's a good question.
all these rich people get away with rape. It's a fucked up part of our justice system, but if you're wealthy and you're successful, you're allowed to rape. That's what the justice system basically says. Cosby did it for years. Bill Clinton has done it for years. I mean, Trump, I don't know if he's done it, but he's been accused just like these other guys, so you got to throw him in. Tons of people accused of rape.
accused, yeah.
Fucking Woody Allen.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like all these people that we know, but they're rich and successful, so they're allowed to rape. It's a fucked up part of American justice, but if you're rich and successful, you're basically allowed to do it as far as the justice system is concerned. Weinstein is so fucking horrendous looking that these girls that accused him, he had relationships with after. Did you guys know that?
Yeah.
They're text saying like, I love you and back and forths and shit with these girls. But he's so fucking ghoulish and disgusting looking.
Ghouls are skinny. He's a fat ghoul.
He's a fat ghoul.
He looks
right?
like Ecto from Ghostbusters 1. Was that
Yes.
little green slime
Yes,
ball?
yes, Slimer.
Yeah,
He looks
Slimer,
like
yeah.
Slimer. Yes. That these people that were part of the jury, even though they had this information, they saw that he continued a relationship with these girls afterwards. I truly believe that they looked at him and they were like, anybody that would have sex with him, it has to be on some level rape or sexual misconduct or third degree rape.
Yeah.
So that's my flagrant thought of the week. He is so ugly, he can't get away with rape, even though he's rich and successful. Has there been any rich or successful person that's gotten clipped for rape?
Tyson.
Huh?
Tyson. That's the only one I could think of. Tyson got gotten. I don't know that he.
But
like that's the one we're all kind of.
did he go to jail,
I don't
though?
think he did it. Tyson went to jail.
Of course he didn't
Tyson
do
absolutely
it.
went
But
to
he
jail.
only did 3 years, so it must have been something else.
That was rape.
3 years for rape?
I heard he was like, "Nah, I didn't rape her. I wish I did though," which is how you know he's.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
That was his line.
Really?
He goes, I wish I did rape her because then I would be in jail for the right reason.
Wow. Tyson.
Nah, but that's the thing that you say when you
Yeah.
didn't do it, right? It's like, have your girl ever given you a hard time for cheating when you
Yeah.
didn't cheat? And you're like,
no, no.
well, I wish I
Might
got
as
some
well
pussy if
cheat.
I'm going to deal with all this.
Yeah.
You're going to yell at me. I'm going to be out on the couch sleeping. It's going to be cold. You're not going to give me any love or affection. This would be completely warranted and justified if I had fucked someone. So I might as well have fucked somebody because I got to go through this regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? It's easy to get over cheating.
Yeah.
Well, have you done that?
No.
You
But,
just
like-
said yes. Why'd you say yes? So like you knew it.
Just I was saying yes to the point of like, if you get accused of some shit, I would rather just do it. If I'm gonna be accused and treated like I did it, I would rather just do it.
Yeah.
And at least that way, it's like, well, this is the barter. I cheated. You treat me like shit. Fair.
Yeah. No, it
Yo,
makes sense.
if one of your girls cheated on you,
Yeah. Done.
would you prefer if it was out the house or she used your money to get a hotel or didn't use your money and fucked in your bed? Like, say if you have to choose one.
Oh, that's just such a disgusting thing to ask. I would prefer,
Hotel, yo.
hotel.
And this is from the cheapest person in this podcast.
Word?
That's our bed, yo.
But like either way, it's just so disgusting. We're
foul.
talking about like incremental differences
Yeah.
and disgusting. Like, it's so bad. It's like 98 or 99. What would I rather?
Yeah.
Huh?
Ever got cheated on?
Have I ever got cheated on? Yeah, I got cheated on.
yeah.
Yeah.
Got cheated on when I was in.
These bitches,
High school.
yo.
I think I was in high school at the time, something like that. Yeah, I was a real sucker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got to go through that to learn.
Yeah.
yeah. I think it's good. It can also be like, it can also be like really fucking like crippling on your psyche, especially when you have it happen like young, and you can develop negative, like sentiments and feelings. So it's something you got to be like really careful about.
Yeah.
You know?
It's glad to know we're all careful on this podcast.
Yeah, we have to be very careful.
We were.
So I kind of taken this from online, but I guess my flagrant take would be Wilder ended, or he actually made Black History Month shorter.
Go on.
Wow.
Yeah. So he let down all black people.
So let's talk about the Fury,
Yeah.
Fury Wilder
I've only
fight.
seen highlights. You guys saw the fight live.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we saw
we
the
watched
fight.
it
We were in Pittsburgh and we went to Dave and Buster's. Shouts out to Dave and Buster's in Pittsburgh because they made a table open and available for us.
It was the first time, like, I kind of felt like a celebrity because it was right after the show and we put our hoods on to like block our identity and we were just walking out with everybody and nobody knew. But had they know, it would have been a fucking crowd follow us to Dave and Buster's. So that was kind of cool.
No, it was a fun time. So we're in Dave and Buster's and watching this fight. And I mean, it was just an amazing fight. And like very rarely do things live up to the hype in life. Very rarely do matches live up to the hype.
What was amazing about it, because it seems like when I'm reading, Fury dominated Wilder, and I keep hearing, and I think Al just disputed this, but I keep hearing Wilder's equilibrium was fucked up. And so you can't really fight back.
That's what we thought, but it turns out it wasn't the case.
So he just got his ass beat.
Yeah. So that, like, he really just got fucked up.
Yeah.
I wish I had seen it live.
Fucked up.
Yeah, so Fury just destroyed him. And it was really interesting. Fury is just, I mean, I love Deontay Wilder. He's so fucking exciting to watch, and he's probably the most concussive puncher we've ever seen in the history of the sport. But Fury's just too much man for him. He just looks small and weak. And Fury, who is not known as a big puncher, but switched trainers to Sugar Hill Stewart.
Any information about this guy?
Well, the gym that he operates out of is Crunk Gym, which is like a legendary gym. Emmanuel Stewart was the guy who owned it. Emmanuel Stewart has trained, millions of fighters. He trained the Klitschko's. He trained Tommy Hearns, the Hitman Hearns back in the day. Like and he just passed away recently. Like legacy trainer, amazing, raw, real Detroit gym, like tough sparring session, like fucking gritty gym, and So Fury goes to train with him, and basically the reason he goes over there is because he wants to finish Wilder. He doesn't want to outpunch him. Fury's 6'9", and he was fighting around 250, and he was this amazing slick boxer, unbelievable boxing ability and movement for his size, something we've never seen. You have to imagine an NBA power forward that is super slick and moving around like Ali.
Right.
You just don't see it. The only time you do see that type of athlete is in the NBA.
Yeah.
And this guy's footwork is better. His movement is better. His hands are better. It's just like unreal. And so what they did is they gained weight. We were talking about that on the podcast.
And a lot of people were saying what you were saying. Our friend James Matter in comics, shouts to James, was like, I'm thinking about putting 1,000 on Wilder. Yeah. Because Fury's just too fat.
And then Wilder came in heavy too. So Wilder usually fights around like 212. He came in like 231.
Okay.
And which was very concerning to me. I was like, that doesn't look right. He looked incredible.
That immediately I was like, oh, fuck, that's not going to go well.
Yeah.
Because his conditioning wasn't that great for the first fight.
Yeah, it was interesting. He's just such an amazing athlete. I always thought that his conditioning would be the thing that like carries him through in all those situations.
I assume his thought process was, I got to knock this guy out. I have to knock him out. I got to be even more powerful because he got it from my best punch.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, like, he's the type of guy that knows if he connects that you're going down. I don't think he was worried about what would happen with Fury, even though he did get down, get up from it. But Fury went out there. He took the fight right to him. He walked him down. And like most super power punchers, they don't know how to fight going backwards.
Right.
It's really rare for power punchers because most people are trying to avoid their power.
Yeah.
So if you stalk them and walk them down, usually they don't know what to do.
Right.
You close that distance. They don't know how to generate, power in such a small space.
Was it wild for Fury was it like calling your shot to say, I'm going to gain weight to knock him out? And then do it?
What calling your shot was exactly what he did, was saying, he never said anything about the weight. He just said, I'm knocking him out. He said, I'm knocking him out in the second round. And he said, I really tried, but I didn't get him out of there in the second round. But he literally said in the weigh-in, he pointed at him, and he did this motion with his hand. He points, and then he goes, boom, and he like bends his hand down to say he's getting knocked down. Like Fury literally said, I'm coming here to knock him out, and then he came, and he knocked him out.
That's crazy.
It's so rare in sports you see this happen. It is so rare in sports do you see someone call what's going to happen and then it happens. Like, this is why Conor McGregor rose to this like amazing fame. He's got a great personality, but he was also calling what was going to happen in these fights.
Yeah.
Right? And when you do that a few times in a row, people start to look at you like this kind of mythical figure because you're predicting the future.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
and like
Babe Ruth pointing to the stands.
Babe Ruth point to the stands. Like, you look at these things like, whoa, they really know what the fuck they're doing. And he went out there and he just utterly dominated him. The first punch that knocks down Deontay Wilder is a massive man. He's 6'7".
Yeah.
Okay? He's in incredible shape. An amazing puncher with amazing heart. The first punch that hits him, it looks like Fury is punching a child. His feet sweep out of nowhere. It was so weird that when we watched it live, we go, oh, he stepped on his toes. I'd never seen anyone fall like that from a punch.
Yeah.
There was so much downward force that it literally made his body parallel to the canvas, and then he just kind of fell. Is this the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at this punch. Boom.
Oh, wow.
He just kind of like falls over.
Yeah.
Like it's...
And this is the meme that... Is this the meme that everybody's like, I guess you're wondering how I got in this situation?
No.
That's what he's looking
That's a
at.
different one where they're like...
Because he immediately looks at the ref like, what the fuck?
He's like,
Yeah.
yeah, what happened? And that's what happens when you get hit with a punch and you don't know what happened.
Yeah.
You look at the ref because you're like, hey, he pushed me. No, he didn't push you. You just don't know what happened because you got hit. Now, he kind of hit him to the back of the head a little bit.
Yeah.
Look at him. He's just confused.
Yeah.
Watch. This is the punch right here. He hits.
1, 2.
Boom!
Bam. Holy shit.
He is out. He is completely out.
Yeah.
That's
Now, he has
impressive
so
got
much
up.
heart that he gets back up.
Like,
now, this one.
Oof.
This one is a body shot.
Yeah.
Like the next knockdown that you see is in the 5th round. He hits him with the left to the body, and the same thing. He flies back, dude. It was like watching. Remember that Rocky movie where he's fighting against
Drago?
Drago?
Yeah.
Like he flies back from a body shot. Oh,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
it was
Fury
bad.
is just bullying this. He looks like a child.
Right.
And this is before the most dangerous puncher in the history of the sport. It was one of those things where it was absolutely amazing to fucking watch. And the whole time you're watching, even though Wilder's wobbling around, you're like, hey, be careful, because anything can happen. In the first round, when Wilder came out and Fury came out, Wilder hit Fury with 2 right hands.
Yeah.
Straight, powerful right hands.
Yeah.
Fury ate him, kept coming forward like the fucking Terminator. And from then on, I was like, ooh, it's going to be a long night for Wilder.
Right.
You just hit this guy with your right hand. That's the only punch you got.
Yeah.
The right hand. And it did nothing.
Is Wilder finally going to get new trainers and learn boxing?
No, I think to be honest, Wilder is kind of fine doing what he does.
Right.
If this is what I think should happen. No third fight.
I agree, based on what I've read.
If you do a third fight, Wilder could be permanently injured for the rest of his life. He's lucky he got out of that ring the way he did. There are chances. I mean, if he got hit with another one of those bombs, your life is different.
This is how I know he got his ass beat, because I was scrolling through Twitter and I saw people being like, good stoppage.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I very
I thought they
rarely
should have
see
stopped it
good
earlier.
stoppage.
Yeah, they could have stopped it earlier.
Yeah.
They really could have stopped it earlier. And the corner stopped it, and one of his fucking coaches, Jay Diaz or whatever, who's a fucking idiot, was like, I don't think it should have been stopped. He goes, well, then you don't care about your fighter.
Yeah.
You want this kid to live, to fight another day, live to enjoy his family. Like, it literally takes one punch to change your life.
Yeah.
And now you're not dealing with 140 pounders.
Yeah.
You're dealing with 270 pounds of raw athlete.
276.
276. One of those comes down, night, change your life forever.
Yeah.
You got to protect these guys. So honestly, if I'm Wilder, I do not ask for another fight. I take some time to recover, let your brain fucking recover, let your ear recover, but do not ask for another fight, because the
hope he
same
does
thing
that.
is going to happen. And it's going to happen even shorter.
I disagree.
What do you mean?
I say you go for the third one.
He might never be
Because
the same again.
I didn't-
It's too much man. He's not enough man for Fury, man. And I say this as a Wilder fan. He's not enough man. He's too little. He looks like a child.
But I think if he
His punches
changed,
don't hurt.
I think if he changed his strategy a little bit and moved left and right instead of just going back,
Yeah.
it like he can
Doesn't
catch
that
him.
require him to learn how to box more?
So let's say he learns how to box. Hypothetically speaking, he learns how to box. Now you're in a boxing match with arguably one of the best boxers in the heavyweight division has ever seen. So you want to box with Fury? Fuck no. You want to bang with Fury? He puts you out in 7. It's like there's nothing that you can do to beat this guy. You're just not one. You're too little.
He just has to catch him first.
Even if
Like
he
the
catches
first
him.
fight.
Think about this. The first fight, he caught him. He can't keep him down. When he caught Fury with that monstrous right hand in the first fight,
That was
and
a
then
massive
the
hit.
hook that followed,
Yeah.
Fury came back, and if you watch that round, he ends up winning the rest of the round. I mean, he lost the round, obviously, because he got knocked down. But in terms of his performance in the rest of the round, he hurts Wilder with a hook in that round and wobbles Wilder. You're talking about the fucking Terminator. And Wilder is not built in a way where he just doesn't have enough
There was
human
There was a comment somewhere. I don't know if there's anything to this, but like gypsies, they box. Like
boxing culture.
it's
in
just
their
a
culture.
boxing culture.
Yeah.
They've been getting knocked down and getting back up since they were children. It means nothing to them.
Fighting men, they call them.
So, and I just remember that one scene from Snatch where Brad Pitt knocks the fucking guy
Yeah.
out clean after getting whatever. And it was just like once Fury, what he thought was once Fury got knocked down in the first fight and then got back up, he was like, oh, we're good.
Yeah.
It's over. I know I can take his, that was a ferocious series of punches, and I'm good. I can get back up. We got this.
Once you know you
I'll
can
knock
get
his
back
ass
up.
out next fight.
Yeah, exactly. Once you know you can get back up from his best shit and win the rest of the round, now I'm walking straight at
And
you.
that
like,
might
hit
explain
me.
why you gained 20 pounds, because you're like, I know I could take his best punch. Let me give him a harder best punch of my own, and let's just knock him the fuck out.
So his father said something interesting. I was watching an interview with Fury's father.
Yeah.
And his father said it was like Tyson was trying to get down always to like 250 to be like a little bit lighter because he wanted to look like that traditional boxing star looks with the abs and all that kind of stuff. And he goes, I've always told him, get that out of your head. You're never going to look like that. That's just not how you're built. God didn't design you that way.
Yeah.
And when you go down to 250, you lose your punching power. But he's like, finally, I got it into his head. At 270, we've noticed that you have a concussive amount of power. You're 6'9". 270 is not a bad weight for 6'9". Concussive amount of power. Stay up there and carry that fucking weight. And did you notice during the fight, not only was he hitting him hard, he was leaning on him. Now he's leaning on you with 270.
Yeah.
You ever hit the gym and try to squat 270?
Yeah.
How many squats can you do at 270? Anybody listen right now, think about that. How many squats at 270 can you do? That's what Wilder had to do every single time they got in a clinch and he leaned on him.
I can squat 105, so, you know.
Boom.
I don't know. I want to see a third one. Just
No,
'cause
we wanna
the
see it.
The first one,
I
like,
don't, yo. I want to see Wilder,
but Wilder
Joshua.
n-
I don't think
so-
Fury should fight Joshua.
So this is my
I'm also talking. I didn't even watch the fight, so
Right.
fuck me.
my opinion on what should happen is I think Fury should retire. You're 31 or 32 years old. You've done everything in this sport. You are going to go down as one of the greatest to ever do it.
without taking out Joshua?
To me, Joshua is pathetic.
Yeah, but
Like,
he still got belts, though.
So for me, Joshua ran, or in boxing circles, as we say, got on his bicycle against a 5'10" refrigerator named Andy Ruiz. He was scared, and he fought like a coward for 12 rounds against Andy Ruiz, who's 5'10" with raptor arms. What the fuck are you? You're afraid of 5'10" power with raptor arms? What the fuck are you going to do when you have a 6'9" monster with better footwork, better boxing, and crippling concussive power now that he's sitting down on his punches, stalking you around the ring?
Yeah.
What you going to do?
Yeah, I'm saying Joshua should avoid it, but Fury should go after him.
Oh,
because
and-
then you could just unify all the belts and then you retire right
And
after
that's
that.
I'm
payday,
saying this.
dude.
I'm saying this only as like what I think Fury should do if I was Fury's friend. As a boxing fan, I have a different opinion. But as Fury's friend, I say you've accomplished everything. You're worth tens of millions of dollars, maybe $100 million. I don't know how much you got for the fight. You retire. You take care of your family. You enjoy life and enjoy this amazing opportunity you've been given. You can go fight Joshua. In my personal opinion, Joshua doesn't deserve 20% of the purse. Maybe give him 20%. I think he brings nothing to the table. I think that England has their superstar heavyweight now, which is Fury. You don't need to lean back on Joshua because I understand you leaned on Joshua because everybody wants their country to have a heavyweight. But now that you have a real heavyweight star, you might as well support
Is
the
there a
real
difference
one.
between an actual Englishman and just a guy who's part of the UK?
Well, neither of them are an actual Englishman, right? Like
Joshua's-
Tyson Fury is a traveler, right? He's an Irish traveler is what they called. Like,
Yeah.
but he wears the flag. He's supportive of it. And Joshua is, of Jamaican descent or Nigerian
Yeah,
descent.
but he grew up in America, or I mean in England. It's like that's an Englishman.
Yeah, but they both grew up in England.
Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah. So it's like they're both equally not British and equally British, right? Like they grew up within the culture, they understand what it is, but they also have roots outside of it, right? I'm not talking about how they look. I'm just saying, like, if you want a
There's
fighter,
another aspect though. Joshua's a good-looking guy. Fury's not.
yeah, he's not
So-
traditionally good looking.
So if that matters in the marketing terms.
But no one in England is good looking. They don't care about looks. Like, have you watched their TV shows? They just put ugly people on TV.
valid.
It means it's fine for
They
them.
got Elba in
All
there.
their singers are fucking ugly. Like, they're not shallow like we're shallow, right? Like, Adele is not going to be an American singer. You got to be Britney Spears. Put a fucking cobra around your neck in America.
Yeah.
But out there, they really care about talent.
Yeah.
They don't care if you look good or not.
Right.
They're just, all right, fuck it. Are you great?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elton John, go for it.
Right.
I hear what you're saying, but I think they still have to.
I
You
think
got
they
'em.
do it because I think Fury wants to fight. I just don't think Fury has anything left to prove, especially not against like a trash boxer like Joshua.
But I do think it would make a lot of money. And
It would.
If it's an easy fight for you, you can probably easily talk yourself into. I could make $100 million on this fight. I can
Yeah.
control the purse. All of the UK will be interested. It's me fighting again after I just destroyed Wilder. The third fight for what? Let's just go get new money with Joshua and then maybe retire.
Yeah, maybe. The question is, what does Wilder do? And
I would try to fight Joshua if I was him. Heal up and try to fight Joshua.
oh yeah, I think Joshua is good. There's something there. Maybe there's an Andy Ruiz fight. They're both kind of interesting people. We'll see what happens with that. But I think Wilder, to be honest with you, I don't think he'll hold a belt until Fury stops, but I think that he can hold a belt again if Fury stops. Everybody's like, he's going to be a champ again. Only if Fury stops boxing will he be a champion again. So you have to, as Wilder, you have to accept where you are in the ecosystem. You're not going to be able to beat this guy Fury. Are you cool being a name that has fights but is not a champion? Probably not. He's a really competitive guy. Are you cool waiting until Fury retires? Do you want to give it a third go and risk
give it a
permanent
third
harm?
go. So give it a third go.
Oh no.
If I'm Wilder and Fury, if I'm Fury, I sit back. I let Wilder and Joshua go at it, and then the winner of that I'll fight you.
Yeah.
We could do the third match between me and Wilder, or if Joshua wins, which is what I'd be hoping for,
Yeah.
then I'll just take the winner of that.
Yeah.
Now you can be what Joshua was trying to be before he was, I'm going to let y'all fight it out, and then I'll take the winner.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. Why don't we talk some other deportes?
Real quick, that blood licking shit, was that as wild as it looked on?
He didn't even lick the blood. He was doing a Shakira like tongue out like to the audience, but since there was blood all over the neck, it looked like he was licking the blood. I mean, the craziest blood lick that's ever happened in history is BJ Penn. So BJ Penn finished this dude in an MMA fight. BJ Penn is this Hawaiian MMA guy.
Yeah.
Finishes this dude in an MMA fight. He licks both of his gloves that have blood on it, right? Then goes over to the guy who he just knocked out. And it's hard to tell exactly, but I'm pretty sure wipes blood off of his face and then licks his hands with the blood on his fingers.
That's what's up.
Savage.
I like that.
BJ don't play around. Real quick, by the way, while we're talking about Hawaii, yo, we just put out this piece that I'm really proud of. I think is really cool. It's the first time that we've done this, but we put on YouTube as the unsafe set for this week. We put a Hawaii. It's called Hawaii Gets These Jokes, and I might do a series of this, but for like cities that I really love, where I basically did 13 minutes, maybe it's 14 minutes of material that just Hawaiians are going to get, or people who have maybe been to Hawaii and they know Hawaii really well, like really nuanced cultural stuff. And, sometimes I'll go into a city, if I have a few days there, I'll really talk to a lot of the people there and like get to know them, get to know what makes, the people there tick, what is the pulse of a city. And we had this really fun show, a couple shows at the Blue Note, and we edited it together. And I understand this is not for most of you. Most of you that follow the YouTube page or the stand-up are not going to get any of these jokes. It's really specific, nuanced to Hawaii. But if you've been there, you have Hawaiian roots, or you are Hawaiian, I think it's something you would really appreciate. And if you want to share with your friends, That'd be cool. You know, it's just, I think the way that I've always showed love to people is by making fun of them. So this is just, you know, a little gift from us to you for having us, Hawaii. So thank you very much. Go check that out. All right, let's take a break for a second, pay some bills. I want you to get your student loans in check. Okay? This is serious. There's a lot of people out here with these exorbitant student loans. They're getting fucked over left and right, paying way more than they need to pay, frankly. And they're doing it just because they haven't checked in on it. They haven't checked in to see if they can refinance. They haven't checked in to see if you can get a lower rate. You can get lower rates. That's how it works. These interest rates change. The amount of interest you got to pay changes. You're out here paying probably just the interest on your student loans right now. Haven't even touched the principal because the interest is so high. What if you could get it knocked down? What if you could pay less money? What if you could save money? You know what? You can. It's very simple. Earnest. That's all you got to do. You go to Earnest. Earnest.com. Okay? If you're still paying the same rate that you were paying when you graduated, odds are that you could reduce your monthly payment and save big, even if you have refinanced before. You hear that? With today's low rate environment, most people can save by refinancing. Earnest is the easiest way to refinance your student loans. You save time, you save money. Checking your new rate is fast and easy. To start, complete a few questions online. It takes only 2 minutes, and you'll get a personalized rate estimate, all without affecting your credit score. You hear that? You spend 2 minutes to find out if you could save money. Who wouldn't do that? You qualify, Earnest customizes. They customize the loan. Okay? There's no fees. You can even combine private and federal loans. Imagine having one single monthly payment and one low rate. And now if you already refinanced a loan, no problem. You can still be eligible to lower your interest rate again. Plus, the internet loves Earnest customer service. They're 9.4 out of 10 on Trustpilot, so you know you always get the support you need. Start saving today. Our listeners get a $100 cash bonus when you refinance a student loan at earnest.com/flagrant. That's a $100 cash bonus when you refinance a student loan at earnest.com/flagrant. Go see if it works for you. If it does, then you do it. It's simple as that. See if it works for you first. They're so confident that it will, that they're willing to let you try it for free. So if it works for you, go for it. Earnest.com. Use our promo code Flagrant, or earnest.com/flagrant, rather. Go do that. Let's get back to the show.
Let's hit a few more of these other topics.
What else we got?
Did you pull up that clip I asked you to pull up? Yep. Can we see this? This is the greatest. This is a story of Isaiah Ryder and KG telling this story. This is, I don't know if you watch this, but they're telling a story about playing the Bulls, and KG's, I think, in his rookie year. Now, it's about 2 minutes. We can comment throughout. We can cut it out after we play the episode. But it's so good. If you haven't seen this clip, they're both on the All the Smoke podcast, I think. KG and Isaiah Ryder. And this is why MJ is different.
Okay, let's see it.
Ever seen me play against Mike?
We in Chicago. You know, it's my rookie year.
And I got about 24 going into the fourth quarter.
JR is having a good game.
So I'm quiet. I always stay quiet when I play Mike. I didn't talk too much.
So as we come out the timeout, I'm on, y'all. I can't even explain it.
We come out of the fourth quarter, KG like, man, keep going at his ass. Serve him. He can't guard you.
So keep killing that nigga, yo. Keep killing that nigga. Boning,
Turn it up.
Straight up. You have a good game, Joe. Keep going.
I was quiet. I'm looking at him like, just chill. Because Mike was literally right there.
The nigga right here. Mike can hear me. So I double back it. Yeah.
I don't care. Keep going at him.
Wow,
Too strong for this dude, man.
So as I say that, I feel it.
So Mike looked at me, looked at KG.
Hands on hips, legs locked. The nigga stabbed me for about 15 seconds.
I was like, Mike, he don't know the rules of the game, man. He's just a young puppy. You know what I mean?
Look, Mike, he don't really know how I see him and Mike having a conversation. So he's like, he don't really know, he excited, whatever. So now MJ on the back leg joint.
Okay, he talking?
Okay, yeah, huh?
And Mike looked at him again like, okay. Looked at me like, okay. I said, what you looking at me like that for, right?
I can't even really describe the next like 6 to 7 minutes.
Went to the fourth quarter, man. That man got about 17 quick.
He down 25 now. It was just that 2.
Mad, looking at KG, looking at me, looking at KG.
It got bad quick, y'all. I come to the joint, and they know this. When you come and you've been on the run, when you not got back on the floor, got back, had to rebound, and you feel like you on defense all the time, you come to the bench like this. So I was like, Jay, Man, my bad. My bad, dog. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. He like, it's cool, man. I told you, just shut your ass up, man. You're not fucking. So you got in between the Gatorade there where you like, damn, and next thing you know, we over there like this. And Mike came down, okay, young fella, okay, damn, young fella, damn, y'all done? Damn, young fella. Never talk shit to Mike ever again in life.
Mike different, yo. All due respect to Kobe. First of all, the pure fear in J.R. Ryder when he's having the game of his life. And he says at the beginning, I don't know, the volume was low, he's like, I never talk trash to Mike, never. And then when KG starts, he starts apologizing on behalf of his teammate for gassing him up. Yo, Mike, he don't know, man. He don't know. Regular season
that's
game.
Some goat shit right there.
You know Mike probably coming off a chip. Regular season game, this motherfucker dares talk shit to me, it's over. 6-7 minutes, it goes from a 2-point game to about a 25-point game.
That's wild.
That's a different breed of motherfucker, dude. We've never seen anybody like that in sports.
So Mike was just toying with people.
Yeah.
Just don't make me focus, yo. I'm thinking about bitches I'm gonna fuck after this.
It's like
how I don't
Mayweather
love my
in the
kids. I'm thinking about all these different shit. Don't make me focus on the game.
Like when you watch Mayweather in the ring, like he's just so good. You could just tell he's just like, all right, I already see what's gonna happen. I already know how this fight's gonna end. I know how I'm gonna pick them apart. Like every game was probably like that for Jordan.
That
He's
is
like,
true.
At any point in time,
So
I
you
could just
think
turn
Mike
it
was
up.
bored?
Yes.
Done.
That's
why he gambles
that's
and
his
all that shit.
explanation.
Yeah.
I know the conspiracy theory is gambling. His explanation for why he retired early was I couldn't think of any challenges for myself. I went to Phil, and we tried to think of challenges for me at this point, and there just weren't any left.
Meaning,
It's easy now. Like, there's nothing I can challenge myself with. 4-peat, I can do that if I want to. Who cares? I won 3, was pushed a little bit, but not really. I could just do this. I could just flip this switch. And this is a regular season game against the Wolves, so he's probably already kind of out of... Like, when you're really good, like, if you're playing your little brother almost, like, he got to talk shit for you to really care. He got to give you emotional stakes. And MJ was constantly looking for emotional stakes because the game, I think, was just easy for him. He just was the best ever. What are you going to do? So this one guy, and that's his whole Hall of Fame speech. The point is, I'm constantly searching for that thing, that grudge to hold.
this is an interesting conversation to have. Is MJ's reign as greatest unique because there was no one close? You know, when you look at other sports, you look at tennis. What are those two gay guys that you like watching play?
Federer and Nadal.
And
Djokovic is also gay and good.
Right? So it's like Federer had his heyday, and then all of a sudden Nadal pops up, and now there's someone who could check him, and they have this kind of
There's
rivalry.
a third guy named Djokovic.
Now,
all 3 of them are fighting to be the greatest ever.
Djokovic. And then if you went back even further in tennis, there was Pete Sampras.
Yeah.
At one
Andre
point in time.
Agassi.
Andre Agassi, right? They would have their kind of back and forth. And you look at other times, you have Bird and Magic, right? You had someone else that could like make you and push you to be as great as you were supposed to be.
Yeah.
Right? Who the fuck did Jordan have? Was Jordan so good that he literally eclipsed all the talent around him? Did we potentially miss out on greatness because of Jordan? Like, when you think about it, we only know who Hakeem Olajuwon is
because
Jordan retired for 3 years or 2 years,
Yeah.
but 3 seasons he had a nice little run. Think about that. Hakeem Olajuwon does not exist in history. Obviously, people know him.
Yeah,
in the,
really
in the
good
game.
player didn't get a ring.
Another really good the Dream Shake, coaching every big man that ever comes through the league during the offseason because they're going to develop their fucking skills or whatever PR nonsense they always try to put on us. He does not exist in the timeline of history in terms of our memories if MJ doesn't leave the game.
He's Patrick Ewing.
Son, he's Patrick Ewing.
Yeah.
He's fucking
But he
Pat
didn't play in New
Ewing.
York, so he didn't even get the benefit of that market. Here's what I used to say, and I don't know if I've said it here. That's why I think that's a testament to MJ's greatness. He kept everyone from getting a ring. LeBron, as great as he is,
Other people got
LeBron
them
ain't
rings.
keeping anybody from getting a ring. Everybody gets rings now. Dirk got a ring. Your favorite player gets a ring now.
This is really interesting. Maybe the true testament to dominance and greatness is you being the only player that is worth mentioning of your heyday or era.
Think of the players that never got rings during Michael's time. First of all, Shaq always throws that at Chuck. If there's no Mike, Chuck gets at least one ring with the Suns.
Let's be honest about Chuck, and I love Chuck. He will exist in our memories throughout history because of inside the NBA.
Yeah.
Not because of his play. Like, if I was to ask you guys, we sit down right now, what was Chuck's game?
He was a little guy who played above his height, played like a power forward, but he's only 6'4". He was a ferocious competitor, blah, blah, blah.
But what was his game? How would he score?
I have no idea.
I
would assume
From what
it's
I
just down
understand, he
low.
was a lot like Zion, a lot of inside points, and then as he got older, he'd shoot more outside and take it more outside.
Great rebounder, but he was immensely athletic, and he was a small, big guy, kind of like, how Draymond is a small, big guy, but he could defend and he could
score.
Body up, but he was a scorer. He could get buckets. And this was back in the NBA where you could, mid-range games still existed, et cetera. But there was a large part of his career where he spent his back to the basket. He would bully you in the post, get in the paint, and then shoot little 8-footers or get underneath the basket. But he had a lot of athleticism. We will forget about his game. Like, his game will not be immortalized. His character and personality will.
You know who he would be?
Who?
He would be Karl Malone if Karl Malone didn't have scoring records, or Patrick Ewing if Patrick Ewing played in a small market. These are the guys. If you run down the list of people MJ kept from a ring, it's not damn near the whole dream team.
It's bigger than kept from a ring, though. It's kept from immortality.
Yeah.
So Hakeem Olajuwon has a little slice of immortality because MJ stops playing.
Yeah.
Karl Malone will be forgotten. Charles Barkley has some immortality because of the character he is on Inside the NBA, and he's just this once-in-a-lifetime personality, I'm sure. Dominique Wilkins, bye.
Yeah.
Right? Let's name other greats
John
that existed.
Stockton.
John Stockton, bye. You start to wait. Reggie Miller, bye.
Yeah.
Reggie Miller might, if he
Reggie.
wins a ring, goes down as the greatest shooter in history.
Yeah.
And arguably the greatest clutch player. Maybe
there's no MJ.
Maybe I feel that more because I'm a Knicks fan.
Yeah.
Maybe I feel that more with Reggie specifically.
Yeah.
Right?
If there's no MJ, he's up there with Jerry West. All the old timers are talking. We're gonna be like, you don't know Reggie Miller. 8 points in 8 seconds. You've never seen anything like it.
Let's think of more players that are erased
Clyde
from
Drexler.
immortality. Clyde, erased from immortality. More. I mean, let's just go through the dream team.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
It is the only reason these guys get rings or have any notoriety. Well, Olajuwon is that one guy, but the only reason these guys are erased from history is because of Jordan's dominance. So maybe that's the greatest argument for Jordan being the greatest of all time, because he erased his competitors from history.
I think I just thought of 6 off, Rip. Let me see if I can do it again. John Stockton, Karl Malone, Patrick Ewing, Clyde Drexler, Charles Barkley, Reggie Miller.
Can we go back to somebody? You know who else erased their competitors from history? Bill Russell.
Oh, yo.
Very different time.
Yeah.
Very different time. 8 teams in the league or something like that. I black people barely even playing.
Yeah.
But so dominant
Yeah.
that we can't even remember other players at that time.
Wilt
was the only other one.
Jerry West, Elgin Baylor.
Was Jerry in the league at the time?
Yeah, because him and Wilt got a ring together, so I assume so. And I think they got their ring together. And Elgin Baylor didn't get a ring because he retired, and then the Lakers went 69-13. And
Mutombo.
Mutombo never got a ring.
Yeah, but Mutombo was a good defensive player, but he's not like an elite. You never forget about him. Type
Tim
of player.
Hardaway.
Nah, not good enough.
Alonzo Mourning.
Zoe was an interesting big man, but again,
I think he got his ring with the Heat in 06, I think.
Yeah, but it was just
it was after MJ. But maybe that's the true sign of greatness: is that
Grant Hill.
you are so poor Grant, but you are so great that you eliminate your competitors from immortality, from the history books. Magic and Bird were not great enough to eliminate each other.
Yeah.
It was a back and forth, right?
Yeah.
Who else was it? LeBron and Steph, or whoever else you want to say?
Yeah.
Who else was it outside of Steph when they took out Miami, when Miami won some
They
chips?
beat Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant had to leave to get his ring, but he got his ring.
Yep.
Russell Westbrook never going to get a ring.
Yep.
The OKC Thunder, the San Antonio Spurs, who beat them the next year. San Antonio came right back and beat them the next year.
Yeah. But think about it.
MJ busted the Jazz's ass twice.
None of the Spurs, Duncan included, were great enough.
David Robinson wouldn't get a ring during MJ's peak.
David Robinson's another one.
He had to wait for MJ to retire.
He had to wait, but none of Dave. Listen, Tim Duncan, for as great as he is, he could not eliminate his competitors from the history books.
You know what's crazy? I named David Robinson as an afterthought, and you were just kind of like, yeah, David Robinson. David Robinson had 75 points in a game, and I'm pretty sure a quadruple double. You got that guy.
Yeah.
You got that guy with a ring. You think we forget about that shit?
Dude, it is.
I think if
Other sports.
Kawhi takes out the Lakers, he might be that next killer.
Here's an interesting thing about Kawhi, and I don't know how long he's going to hold up. It looks like I don't know if his body can maintain that for this amount of years, but there is a world. Let's say the Clippers win.
Yeah.
Right? He wins. He wins with the Raptors. He wins with the Clippers. He wins again with the Clippers. Maybe he wins again with the Clippers.
He got one with the Spurs already.
But I'm just talking about later in his career where it's just him. There is a world where in that time he eliminates his competitors from the history books. Then you start to talk about him in that same way.
Yeah.
A guy who is so good that he can stop anyone from getting a ring if he chooses.
Yeah.
Bro, that's how we got to define greatness. And that's why, and I'm taking back my own words, LeBron not the GOAT. He wasn't so goated that he could eliminate other GOATs. LeBron exists within other GOATs, right?
Yeah.
LeBron existed at a time where people say the greatest team ever existed.
Yeah.
You can't do that if you're the GOAT.
Yeah, that's right.
If you are the GOAT, your team is the greatest team ever,
Yeah.
not the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy, you've achieved an immense amount. But MJ was synonymous with basketball and greatness. No other team fucking came close. Whoa, dude.
Yeah.
Whoa.
He's a different champ.
That's a stat that has, like a criteria that has to be added to the GOAT talk.
Yo,
And that probably seals it for MJ.
you want to know who else it might seal it for? Brady.
Yeah.
Or if we don't want to give the credit to Brady, let's give it to Belichick. If you want
Belichick.
to just go coach, you don't know about other coaches during the Belichick era.
Because here's the thing. Manning got his ring. Breeze got his ring. Rodgers got his ring. So the other guys that you would say are greats, Brady didn't stamp him all the way the fuck out. And that's harder to do in football,
It's
I think.
so hard
Because
to
there's
do.
22 pieces on a field and you're one of them.
Yeah.
Most important one, but you're just one.
Yeah.
You're not even on the field 50% of the game.
But coaches,
yeah, coaches.
he has become ubiquitous amongst the coaching conversation in football over the last, how many years?
20, I guess.
20 years, right? You can't name other coach now, and if you're a big football fan, of course you can. Who coached? Was it Cox that coached the Broncos with Peyton?
With Peyton? Oh, fuck. It wasn't John Fox. Was it
Fox, I mean?
Kubiak? Maybe it was Kubiak. I don't even remember.
Maybe it was Kubiak, but that's exactly what we're talking about, right? Like we forget.
Yeah. Everybody else that did win rings, that's a great coach. It's still such a clear gap. Sean Payton is seen as a genius. The gap between him and Belichick is crazy. Payton got a ring, but it's just Belichick. Like, the gap is so insane, and you only got the one. Tony Dungy, all-time great coach, only got the one because he kept running into Brady.
Dog, the closest for me, and again, I'm not as big a football fan, but I'm only judging on the success that I saw. It's Reed. Reed had repeatable success. We're not talking about like 1 year, all these elements came together and it worked out. 4 straight
NFC Championship game?
NFC Championship games.
That's true.
It's very difficult in football to have repetitive success.
Yeah. Parity, the salary cap is built to, and that's again what makes Belichick so
To eliminate
fucking good,
parity?
to eliminate dynasties,
And
to create parity.
that's right.
So you're
that's
not
right,
supposed to be
that's
able
right.
to be good for that long because
Yeah.
once you win a championship, everybody starts looking at your players like, oh, let's sign that guy. Oh, let's sign that guy. Oh, your quarterback wants so much money now. Oh, well, now you don't have money to sign your other guys. Now your depth gets injured. Like, it's designed to make money for the owners, quite frankly. But the game design is let's create parity. Now every team has a shot every year. That's fun.
Let's
If
talk about
Phil
other.
Jackson would have retired after the last Laker one.
Forget it.
Phil did it too.
He would have went down as
Phil did it.
Forget it.
Because
the best
Kobe
coach of all time.
kind of did it, but also, like, you look at the guys, and maybe this is a testament to Kobe, but you look at the guys who were kind of in his class, and you're like, oh, maybe they didn't want it as bad. T-Mac there was a Kobe comparison, and then Kobe put that shit so far in the rear view. Vince Carter, there was a Kobe-Vince Carter comparison at one point, and then Kobe said, fuck that.
Yeah.
So, but you also look at them a little, and maybe that's Kobe, but you look at them a little
But
bit
there are
like,
guys
he
that
didn't
have
want it like
existed
that.
within the Kobe era. Like Tim Duncan existed within
Yeah,
the
that's
Kobe
true.
era. Like,
Very true.
there are other superstars that existed within
And
that
got
time.
chips.
And got chips. So he didn't stamp it out like Jordan stamped it out in his fucking heyday. I'm talking about you cannot come in. You are not welcome. That is the sign of fucking greatness.
Yeah.
And we've seen it happen before, I think. I'm trying to think of other times in the league.
Matter of fact, I was thinking about, Steve Nash took Kobe out in the series. Dirk, when they won the ring, swept Kobe on the way.
Yeah.
Got Phil Jackson out of there.
Now, some people can listen and be like, all right, but what about earlier in Jordan's career where he couldn't get out of the first round?
Once he got it, once he got a hold of it and figured out, and he got his coach, and this is what it is to win, it's over. It's fucking over.
Are there other sports that we can also apply this to?
Potentially tennis, like the 3 greatest players of all time exist all at the same time. None of you stamped each other out, though.
So you're not. It's not as definitive.
Yeah.
That is, again, we're not trying to say that these players aren't great. We're not trying to say that a Kobe isn't great or a Tim Duncan isn't great, et cetera.
You're not the greatest athlete ever.
When we talk about Jordan, we're not just talking about basketball. This is why he's the greatest athlete ever.
Ooh,
Is-
Tiger.
I want to go to Tiger next. That's a really good one.
When he went on that run.
That's a really good one.
Yeah.
Greatest athlete ever is because you dominated your sport in a way where you erase competitors from the history books. Tiger.
Phil got a couple. Now, the unfair thing for Tiger and Mike is there's 4 chances to win, quote-unquote, a championship in golf every year. Majors.
Right.
Now, Phil got a couple, but Tiger was dominating. And Phil had 4 chances, whereas basketball's 1.
I got one for you. Usain Bolt.
Yo.
Usain Bolt, right? Usain Bolt. And you could make an argument for greatest athlete of all time. We don't put running in it because we're like, it's just running. It's not a skill. But in terms of greatness, right? You cannot name another runner. Phelps.
Yo.
You
Phelps,
cannot name another swimmer.
Bro, Phelps is crazy.
Son, go.
The only thing I know about another swimmer is the guy who motivated Michael Phelps to beat him when he celebrated the win. And you remember there was like, this is the last Olympics, and Phelps, everybody thought would retire.
Yeah.
There's the clip of that guy looking at Michael Phelps to see where he's swimming, and Michael Phelps is just looking
going
straight
straight.
ahead.
Yeah.
I don't even know the guy's fucking name. That's why I know him. And apparently he pissed off Michael Phelps by winning and talking shit. And then you see another thing of Michael Phelps listening to Future in the fucking locker room, just completely locked in, looking like livid.
Was that other guy? That was
Before the
the
race?
guy with the NSYNC hair?
No, that guy, Ryan Lochte.
Ryan Lochte.
He ran his mouth a little bit, faded.
Yeah.
Got a couple medals, faded.
That hair, son.
Yo, it is.
And you know what's interesting, real quick?
Go.
Phelps' last Olympics, he got really emotional. Like, yo, there's something like, I heard it on the ticket. They were like, you didn't see it coming. He's like, yo, I want to thank the person who made this all possible, the person who inspired me every day. Not mom, not girlfriend, not wife, whatever. He said Michael Jordan. And he's like in tears about it.
Oh,
and
shit.
that's some Michael shit.
Son.
Usain Bolt, Michael Phelps, that's some Michael
Son.
that's some Mike shit.
Back to Mayweather. What's interesting is, and boxing is a little different because there's all these different weight divisions.
true.
So
Floyd.
like imagine it was basketball, but you could get a championship by 4 different, like there are 4 different championships that you could get.
Just like golf.
But not only were there 4 different championships you get, you could also gain some weight and play with just a little bit bigger basketball
right.
guys and lose some weight. So there's way more opportunities to win, so you can stamp yourself in the history books, whatever. That being said, Floyd Mayweather's dominance is unprecedented in the way that Michael Jordan's was, in that no matter what division he was in, nobody could beat him. He owned the division. You left the division or you lost to him for a big payday.
And most fights weren't even close.
Not even fucking close.
Like-
We can name.
Yeah.
I can name on one hand the amount of times he's been touched and affected by punches.
Shane Mosley.
Shane, DeMarcus Chop Corley
Don't know that.
hit him. Zab Judah hit him.
I rewatched the De La Hoya fight. That
Yep.
was like the first boxing match I ever watched, and then
Yep.
I went back and rewatched it.
Yeah.
De La Hoya had him for quite a few rounds. It was not looking good until about the 8th or 9th.
First half of the fight, De La Hoya had it.
Yeah.
And then Floyd does what Floyd does.
Another guy did that to him, and I don't remember who, but he had him for about 6 or 7 rounds.
Mexican?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't remember who it was. It was later in his career. Now, they had a second fight, and Floyd washed his ass.
Yeah.
But the first
Yeah.
fight, again, first 6 or 7 rounds, you're like, yo, this
Some
is looking
people
rough.
say that Floyd lost that first fight.
De La Hoya?
No,
Oh,
the Mexican dude that he fought. I'm
Yeah, I
forgetting
can't
his name
remember.
right now. But point is, that is how you become the greatest athlete of all time. You erase your competitors from the history books. There's end of conversation. We don't even need to talk about LeBron or Kobe or any of these other guys in terms of greatness in basketball compared to Jordan. And we've been guilty of it on this very podcast, but now we have a metric. Yeah. We have a fucking metric. Were you great enough that you could eliminate the competition during your heyday? No.
Yeah.
You were great enough to get there, and that's a lot of times what we do, and that's what we did with LeBron. He's so great he got there. Congrats. What did Jordan do?
Yeah.
And Jordan switched up teammates. Don't act like he had the same fucking teammates all the time. Tony Kukoc comes out of nowhere. Okay, now there. Now we got
Kerr is just the new John Paxson.
Boom. It's interesting. I'm trying to think other sports.
Another great player we never talk about, Mark Price, Craig Elo. You only know Elo because Jordan hit that shot
over him.
That's great.
Son, it's interesting.
This guy kept everybody out of the books, yo. And that's what it takes, that fucking psychotic demeanor of like, is this young kid talking shit on this other guy's behalf in a regular season game, probably in December? Fuck him.
Because you know who you're going up against. You know what he could do at any point in time.
Yeah, the craziest part to me is Ryder like apologizing. Isaiah Ryder being like, yo, man, Mike,
you don't know.
Like, how fucking afraid of someone are you that you're having a fantastic game against him and you don't want to fuck with it?
Breaking news.
Oh, shit. Breaking news.
Oh, wow. Wilder exercising a rematch clause versus Fury.
Wilder's, what a fucking excuse. Wilder is saying that his legs were weakened by the 45-pound costume he wore to the ring.
Well, you're a fucking idiot then.
Yeah, that's the dumbest thing to say.
You can't carry 45 pounds to the ring, bro.
Son.
Come on, bro.
This costume, though?
It was sick.
That was going to be my Halloween costume.
You know what I would do if I was Fury?
That costume was fire.
Sorry to interrupt you. This is a hot costume. Yeah. You know what I would do if I was Fury?
Yeah.
I would, next fight, I would walk in carrying 25-pound dumbbells in each hand.
Yo, what up, people? I got some shows coming up real quick. Miami, sold out. Portland, I think it's sold out. Might add a show there. Might not. I'm not sure. Orlando, Florida. Get your tickets. Virginia Beach. There's still a couple tickets left. Richmond, Virginia, sold out. Charlotte, go get your tickets. Okay? Milwaukee. Minneapolis, we're adding another show. Tucson, Arizona, go get your tickets. Los Angeles, California, all 4 shows for the special, sold out.
Hell
God
yeah.
bless you, man. Atlantic City, Reading, PA, we got you. San Antonio, Texas, I'm going to be there. Winnipeg, Calgary, Baltimore, Raleigh, North Carolina, Buffalo, Syracuse, and Albany are all available on the website right now. Go get them tickets. Matador Tour. Love y'all. Akaash, what you got coming up?
Coming up soon, I am at the Comedy Nest in Montreal. That is March 12th through 14th. Cop your tickets right now. March 27th, I'm going to be at the Den in Chicago. May 7th, Vancouver. They're giving me a theater. Let's sell this bitch out. I need every Indian in Surrey to come through. Let's rock this shit. Let's sell it out, and then we'll get more theaters down the road. And then June 12th through 14th, I'm at the Comedy Loft in D.C. Buy your tickets now. I love D.C. Can't wait to perform there.
Do we want to hit the other news?
Yes, but is there any other stuff that we want to touch on?
Russell Peters.
Oh, yeah, what happened with this?
So an asshole, and I got to respond to the message. I just saw it. An asshole went to Russell Peters after a show at the Improv. Everybody who knows me, listens to me at all, knows I got the most respect for Russell. That's the godfather of Indian comics. He told Russell about us, and he was like, yeah, I know Akaash Singh. I had him open for me, and the guy doesn't even follow me on Instagram. And I felt so bad because I was like, I never thought about it. I also never thought, and it's dope that Russell Peters wants me to follow him. Mm-hmm. So, first of all,
you and your girl deserve each other. Yo.
Bro, I follow him on Twitter. Yo, don't act like
you and your girl deserve each other.
Search my tweet history right
Real
now.
Real talk, man. Y'all don't give nothing. The guy gave you an opening spot. You didn't give him a follow.
I'll take it. You're right. I didn't think about IG.
Shit, bro.
I didn't think about IG.
You're not following the greatest Indian comic of all time,
I'm not going to argue that he's the
Godfather?
greatest. That's the Godfather. I'm going to do
the
it.
The guy who put Indian comedy on the map, dog.
Let me do this right now. Russell Peters, let me make amends.
Nah. Don't do that shit.
When you realize you're wrong, he's owning up to it.
I'm extending the invitation. I look up to you, Russell. We'd love to have you on this podcast. You could talk boxing with this guy. Russell boxed. I think he's learning MMA or some shit now.
Russell.
Oi, Russell.
Russell. Somebody gonna get hurt real bad, Russell.
That was even worse than what I would have done. I won't do it to you, Russ. But I'm going to click right now. Russ, yo, first of all, I'm glad you care that I follow you. I'm glad it means something to you. I do follow you on Twitter. Check out his new special on Amazon. And also, we'd love to have you on the podcast.
Yo, Russell, come on the podcast so we can talk about what a sellout Akaash
Yo,
is.
I'm okay with
for
it.
not
Right.
supporting
That's what
his
you gotta
people,
do.
not
That's what you
supporting
gotta
the fucking
do.
Godfather, bro. Not putting respect on your name, dog.
Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. My
Yo.
bad, Russ. My
That's
bad.
fucked up, dog.
So assholes, hit up Russ. Tell him to come on the podcast.
Yeah, tell him to come on the podcast so we can ream out Akaash for this. How could you not follow him, bro?
Bruh, I don't be thinking about. I follow him on Twitter, and I thought that was enough.
You follow all these hoes from Wildin' Out?
Not following.
You following Wildin' Out hoes?
You think I follow hoes?
You used to follow Wildin' Out hoes.
Yeah. When I was single, why wouldn't I follow Wildin' Out hoes when I was single? I mean, not listen. Hey, Russell, you're not as entertaining an IG follow as a Wildin' Out bitch.
Yo, that's
I'll tell you that
fucking-
right now.
That's disrespectful, bro. They both got tits now. Russell out here with some tatters.
I ain't gonna say that, yo.
You know what I'm saying?
Russell, he's
You
too
got them
wildin', yo.
jugger yeses. What is it, jugger yes? I think it's juggers. You got them juggers, bro.
Yo, Russell, let's fight this dude on the podcast, man.
Nah, Russell could fight. He grew up fighting,
That's what I'm
right?
saying. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, I just got to get him into deep water. You know what I mean? He'd probably float with them big ass titties, though. In all seriousness, Russell, we'd be honored to have you on, man. No bullshit. I love what you've done for comedy because you're the first example of someone blowing up on YouTube.
On YouTube, I was
You
just
know,
about to, yeah.
so you've paved the way for me and a lot of other comics.
and me in different
And
ways.
completely different ways. But yeah, man, I remember showing your stuff to my parents and like, yo, come on the pod, man. We'd love to have you. Love to talk story, see what's going on with you, you know, and just shit on Akaash for not being a respectful young Indian comedian.
I would take
they
it.
got to pay his fucking dues.
I would
You
take
ask
it.
for a guest spot, the least you could fucking do is give him a follow.
Take it. I would take it.
You disgust me.
I can't even talk back, man. That's
you
Russell, yo.
disgust
That's
me,
Russell. I'll eat it.
That's Russell.
That's it.
Russell, somebody gonna go to hurt a real bird. Russell,
You making it worse? Why you
I
getting
can't
worse
do
at
it. What is it? Oh, what was the other one? No, the other one killed me. What was it? Be a man.
Oh, yeah, the Chinese.
Be a
accent.
man.
Yeah.
Be a man.
Yeah.
If y'all don't know what we're referencing, go check out Russell's stand-up on YouTube. He got a great clip about. I don't even want to ruin it. You'll go find the things that we're referencing. It will be the ones with the millions of views.
So, can we talk about how ugly girls have been outing themselves on the internet?
Oh.
Word.
So, on my timeline,
Yes.
all the ugly women are talking about this show Love is Blind on Netflix.
Okay.
They all- only the ugly ones.
Wait a minute. Talk to me about this. This is great.
So this show, it's like
Yeah.
a group of guys, group of girls. They have 10 days to go on these little blind dates,
Yeah.
but they're in a little cubicle and they can't see the other person until they have to propose to one person at the end of the 10th day.
Now, do they know what food they're ordering?
That'll give you insight into what
Yeah,
they look like.
this bitch eat a lot of carbs.
I don't think so. No, 'cause
Not at all?
You can't see them at all.
You go on a date with a girl, she orders a calzone every day for 7 straight days. You're not gonna be a little suspicious.
I don't think they eat.
So what do
I don't
They
think they
just
let you
talk
see
to
the
each
food
other?
They
order.
just- they
you just
just
like
talk.
come into. I
So-
saw a little bit of it last night. You come into like a separate pod,
Yeah.
and then you just talk. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, you
Yeah.
watching it?
Yeah, for sure. My girl cleaning.
Can't finish Harry Potter, but you can watch
Harry
Love
Potter
Island
done,
or whatever
yo.
this
Harry
fucking
Potter
is.
done.
Yo,
Harry
you
Potter
fucking
finished, yo.
disgust me,
Harry
bro.
Potter finished,
Hey,
yo.
bro, you disgust me,
Harry
dude.
Potter finished, yo.
What kind of
How you
behavior
know what
is
it
this,
was?
son?
Fuck out of here, yo.
Because all the ugly girls talking about it on their timeline.
Exactly. All the girls Al hooks up with talking about on the timeline, son. You're not supposed to know about
Yeah,
these things.
exactly.
I'm the only one here being a man.
Yeah, for now.
Somebody gonna get the hurt the red blood. For real, dogs. Taking up my whole refrigerator. You know, with your thing.
But yeah,
bruh.
I haven't seen one attractive woman be like, "Oh yeah, that's a good idea."
Son, there was this
Let
one
me
girl.
try to find love without them seeing me first. I haven't-
There was this one girl. Oh my god, bro. I don't even know how I can tell this story. There was this one girl
Oh, I love these.
in high school, right? And and she said in class, I don't know why we're even talking about this, but she goes in class, she was like, yeah, you know, I've always wanted to date a blind person because then I would know they were really into me for me. And I remember this one kid went, you would.
Oh God.
Son, Son.
Yo, classmates be keeping it the realest.
Holy shit.
Remember reading out loud in class, laughing at the dumb motherfucker who stuttered through all the words?
Bruh.
Son, that was like the pastime, son.
Son, I had to lock in when we were passing around the reading. I was like, you better fucking focus, dog.
You know when you find your paragraph way ahead?
Oh, yeah.
Calculate
Hell
out
yeah.
the paragraph.
Hell
He's
yeah.
like, all right,
Start
boom.
practicing the
That's
paragraph.
it. I'm not listening to nothing that happened. I don't know what Huckleberry Finn is doing. I don't know what Tom Sawyer's doing.
Just
I
give me
got
the lead-in
one
word.
paragraph. That's it. Okay. And there'd be times where I fucked up the calculating and that shit. So it gets to my paragraph that I practiced, and they're like, we're not even at that yet. And I was like, oh, word? I was reading ahead? Oh, my bad. I'm just studious. Son, there was this one time, there was this kid in our class, right? He wasn't out of the closet, but his voice was, right? And we were doing the group reading, right?
Yeah.
And it's coming around, right? And you could literally, it was as if you saw the clock on the wall, you know, the second hand as it's moving from one person to another person. And we know it's coming to him. We know it's coming to him, right? And it finally gets to him, right? And as if nobody in the room is talking at all. As if someone sucked the whole air out of the room. And he goes, so Tom walked out to the thing. And no bullshit, 5 of us just start dying laughing. Just off the gayness of his voice.
Yo, you can't handle gay voice in high school.
Oh my God. It was so fucking funny, dude. And now back, why are you guys laughing? And we're just looking at each other. Come on, yo. Come on, yo. He ain't even trying it. The S's are long as fuck for no reason.
Yo, school must suck now. Like, you can't bully anymore. I bet you.
That's why they shoot it up.
Yeah, I bet now if that happened.
That's why they shoot it up. They just bored. Like, we need some excitement.
Yeah.
Remember when the bullying was happening? There was things to do.
Yo,
in
they're
school.
walking around unchecked. You got to bully these kids into thinking they're not capable of these things.
That's right. I wish you would bring a gun. They're like, okay, I won't. But when you let him build up that courage by rewarding him every day, hey, you're really good at being a nerd.
I accept you for who you are. Well, I'm a psychopath, so let's go.
Accept this.
Yeah.
Damn, son.
Yeah, that probably would have been a hate crime just for laughing at that kid.
Just for laughing at that fucking kid.
I'm telling you,
When he knew exactly what he was doing. For real. That guy was fluent in Spanish. And I was in Spanish class with him. And his Spanish voice, not gay.
Really?
Yes. He chose American English gay.
Oh, he's.
You know how you could choose the keyboards on the
yeah,
iPhone?
yeah.
You know you could switch to like European?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He typed in English gay.
He typed in English gay. He's like Tom Sawyer. Do you know what I mean?
So, I wonder if they have that voice because you know how like Siri, you could change Siri's voice.
Yeah.
They should have like just a gay voice.
Oh,
They
that'd be
do.
so
You
funny.
never asked Siri to dress you? You were like, what should I wear today, Siri?
No, I've never asked Siri.
Oh, I do that shit all the time. He's like, the same blue jeans you wear every day.
She had the neck roll in there.
You know them Subi blue jeans? Subi.
Yo, he mad snarky gay?
What?
Is that what he's doing? The same blue jeans you wear every day? He be snarking?
He's snarking, bro.
Yo.
He's judging my fits.
Yo. Don't worry about that. Worry about the bags under your eyes.
Damn, that's shots, bro. I really got bags under my eyes, bro. I got this coming from all angles, dog. I ain't tell you my girl's mom got me the bags under the eyes shit.
Oh, I forgot. I was thinking about my own eyes. And I remember when you told me that, I was like, yo, let me get that. What she got you? Let me get that.
Son, I got bags under my eyes, bro.
Son, my shit is
That shit was
fucked,
so
yo.
real. Eden just went, whoa. Son, I'm working on my bags under my eyes. I'm out here working, dog. My girl's mom was a savage, bro. She just gave me the second bags under the eyes suggestion gift.
Oh,
We're at my
one?
because we're at my place because my girl's place flooded.
Right. Oh.
So she gave us a little housewarming gift, some granola, some whatever, some
Emergency supplies?
and then bags under the eye. That's not an emergency.
Wow.
You know what I mean? You don't need that immediately, do you?
Does your shorty have a complex? Because the mom is ruthless. Son.
Yeah, I'm sure it's made her great. Sure.
I thought you were going to be like, oh, I don't date women without complexes.
Oh, you need a complex. I want a well-adjusted female in my life. What good is that?
Oh, fuck.
But in all seriousness, all right, last one out.
Snoop Dogg, the Red Talk table.
This bitch.
Y'all see all that?
Jade out here acting like a whole white woman.
Yeah.
So
When you use the word bitch I felt that. My daughter felt that. My mom felt that. He ain't talking about you, bitch.
Wait. Who
Yo,
said that?
that was good, son. I thought that was Jada talking right
was
now.
that Jada talking that?
Yeah.
Can
To
you
Snoop.
play some of her favorite man's music, Tupac?
Oh, shit.
First off, fuck your bitch and the clique you
you
claim.
wonder why they call you bitch.
Al put together a list. We were like, yo, Al, put together a list of like topics that we could talk about. And Al put together what was it called?
Black topics.
Black topic list. So now we're just going through all the black topics. We'll call this the black topic list. Go, Al.
So
We'll call this Black Thoughts.
Black Thoughts.
Ah, I like that.
Yeah.
The Renegade dance is sweeping the nation.
Ah.
Yes.
I was spending 30 minutes trying to learn this shit earlier today.
Son, why you snitching, son?
Yeah, he had a video up, and I almost got a little video of you and put it on the gram, but I didn't want to expose you.
Yeah, don't
He
do
says
that.
he's going to have it ready for Patreon.
Nah, we all are.
So we all have to compete doing the
Yes,
dance.
we're gonna have a Renegade competition
Oh, my
on
God.
Patreon.
Son,
You got
don't
2
be a
days.
competition, I'll happily lose.
Son,
Put
you a
together,
dancing
yo.
ass nigga.
I am that. I am that.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
this shit too complex, man.
It
And
ain't
takes
complex,
me mad
yo.
long to figure out one move.
White women are gonna outdo you. That's what you saying?
Bro,
That's
you're
fine.
a dancing ass N-word. It is so fucking funny,
He is.
dude.
Every time we go to the club,
I be dancing.
this
yo.
guy, he's a dancing ass nigga. son.
You know what's really funny is that the first person to say that was probably a white person. What you mean you don't want to dance now? You dance. Frankly, you're a dancing ass N-word.
Oh, fuck.
It's probably
Bro. Oh, my God. Okay,
Yeah.
so then we're going to do a Renegade dance competition. That means Eddin got to be in it, too.
Yeah, I did it too.
All right? Take the floor, like, I can't have you dancing through the floor. All right, Eddin? Real talk. I mean that. Sincerely. We're not playing no fucking games because there's some hopping in this shit.
Yeah, a little bit.
All
It's
right?
mad complicated, yo. It's
So
too
what's
long.
the story with the Renegade dance? This black girl invented it.
So
Can I
white
baby
girl
bladder real
invented it.
quick?
Yeah.
These
We almost done.
these more popular white girls on TikTok, they kind of were just doing a dance and not giving her credit. People got upset, and then like now the black girl's on every single show. She's on Ellen. She's at halftime shows and all this stuff, just doing the dance.
Good for her. She's
Yeah.
like the, what's his name? Clock Boy, but she has actual talent.
Yeah, sure. Clock boy.
that was a throwback.
He is embarrassing. All right, let's take a break for a second. Pay some bills. Yo, shouts to Radix Remedies. We got a lot of you assholes hit me up showing me that you've been ordering up the Radix. If anybody's new here on the podcast, Radix Remedies, best CBD company in the world, okay? We fuck with it here at Flagrant 2. We think they might be sneaking real weed into the weed.
I got high.
Akash got high.
I got high.
Let's be honest. So they probably don't want me to tell you this, but I'll just tell you, you better get that weed while they have it, okay? Or at least the CBD that they call it. But we got a little high. They got these cool pre-rolled joints. They call it the flower, right? You can get it multiple different ways, but you can get it as a pre-roll where they roll it up into a joint. You just smoke it just like weed. Smoke with your friends. I like that because I like the casual aspect. They also have the flower itself in a little prescription box. If you're watching on YouTube, not even prescription box, like a bottle, it looks just like weed. You telling me that's not weed? I got a feeling this is weed, man. I'll be honest with you. I think they're putting real weed in here.
Yeah.
Well, so until they get shut down by the FDA for sneaking drugs into their thing, you should go over to Radix Remedies. Use the promo code Flagrant, okay? RadixRemedies.com/flagrant. You get 10% off your whole order. They got cool monthly options that you can do as well if you just want to keep it coming. They got this cool CBD salve. They got these gummies that are delicious, but also got the CBD, make you go night real quick. And they have, and you got to be careful when you do this, but they have the CBD with the melatonin. If you're having problems sleeping, you take that, you knock out. Just be careful. I don't want you to get addicted to melatonin, but you will have maybe the best sleep of your fucking night. RadixRemedies.com/flagrant. Get 10% off. It's not a game over there. Let us know how you love it. So far, the feedback has been amazing. Let's get back to the show. All right, guys, before we end the episode, we got to address some family business. Very important. You know, some of you guys have been reaching sorry, let me try it again. All right, guys, before we end the episode, we got to address some family business. You know, some of you have been reaching out and asking where Kaz is, and we want to tell you what's going on with that. Obviously, Kaz hasn't been on an episode for a while, and we wanted to talk to you guys about that, But we first wanted to make sure we took care of family business at home. Obviously, Asshole Army, y'all are the family as well. But it doesn't make any sense for us to talk about this publicly before we know what's going on privately first.
We need to sort it out ourselves, and then we bring it to you sorted. Sorting it out in front of you is weird. It's like fighting in front of the kids.
Exactly. Can't be doing that.
Yeah.
Can't be doing that. And nobody likes that. Just makes everybody feel anxious and it's uncomfortable. And so we've been having some grown man talks together, with Kaz. And basically, one thing that we need to address, because, Kaz tweeted something and was in the Discord a little bit, and there's some information that came out that I don't think was completely...
Not entirely accurate.
Accurate. That's a better way to describe it. What was he saying exactly? It was...
creative differences, which I would say it's not creative differences. It is commitment differences and contribution differences.
Right.
These are the differences that we care about.
Exactly. We're incredibly committed to this podcast. Akaash went homeless for this podcast. He literally gave everything. He put this as a priority over absolutely everything, to the point where he had to move to Secaucus, New Jersey, because he wasn't willing to get another job, because that would infringe his ability on doing this podcast. In the beginning of this podcast, I paid Alexx, for a whole year out of my own money. Obviously I put this studio together, which is,
There's
multiple
a mortgage in this.
Multiple six figures to get this whole...
More than my wedding, considerably more than my wedding.
I like how you put it in that perspective.
Probably, honestly, 2 of my weddings.
You know what? Nobody got one of these stupid magnets.
You don't gotta keep calling them stupid magnets,
okay.
yo.
Why?
Yo, come on, yo.
Why?
Come on, yo.
I thought it punched it better if I called it a stupid magnet. You know what I mean? They're big and fucking...
Big and beautiful.
Okay, they're big and beautiful. Yeah.
Kind of like your mom. No, I'm kidding.
They are some fucking juggernauts. Okay. So, but in all seriousness, there have been commitment issues from Kaz, and like priority issues from Kaz, where, he's missed a lot of episodes, has been late to a lot of episodes. And it comes to a certain point in time where, when you have a business with somebody and we operate this like a business, and one of the people is not, treating that business with the same level of commitment and priority that the other people are, you reach a place where you need to have a conversation about, what we're going to do and how we're going to move forward as a business. And then
there are contributions on and off the podcast that I think Andrew and I are always looking to make. Essentially, this is a business. We are all founders, and it started growing rapidly. And if that's the case, this is, I think, typically if you're in a business that you start and it's growing rapidly, you commit fully to that business.
100%. And we just haven't seen that commitment. And, after a conversation about commitment, it continued to go in the wrong direction. And that was the final conversation. Now, this podcast today was supposed to go way different. Okay. This podcast today was supposed to be fucking amazing, because we had a conversation with Kaz off air.
We had multiple everybody was okay with.
We had an agreement. We came together. Everybody was okay with. And basically the agreement was, hey, come do 2 episodes a month. You do a regular episode and a Patreon episode. You come on. You're still Asshole Army, but you get to do all these other things that you're very good at, that you want to, these other job opportunities that come out. They don't take away from that. And you get to continue with the Asshole Army, this thing that, you've been a part of since the beginning. So we basically put together a situation. We all agreed on it. Kaz even wrote a script, and the script was that Alexx wasn't going to know what was going on, but Kaz was going to bust in halfway through the episode on some WWE shit and be like, nah, this is fucked up.
Put a chair down in the studio, start filming.
Put a chair down, like talk shit with me. We were going to almost fight. And then when we were about to go downstairs and fight, hopefully Alexx would try to stop it. And we'd be like, nah, we're just joking. And the whole thing was going to be love. It was going to be family. Everybody was going to be together. Everything was good. And then everybody was on the same page.
The actual line that Kaz wrote, and I'll never not give Kaz credit, great line. Andrew was going to go meet me outside, and Kaz was going to go, nah, meet me in the corner of the parking lot garage.
Dude,
bang. Everybody goes, so good.
Goes,
so good.
Dude, I mean, just so fun and flagrant in how we would fucking handle this. And then last night, Kaz started backing out from it, and,
things changed very suddenly. We weren't ready for it. And then it kind of came to the point where we still had to address it today. It had gone on long enough. And as commitment to the bit, neither one of us liked his fucking birthday post on Twitter and Instagram, and then we look like giant assholes.
Exactly. We're not liking the birthday post because we don't like Kaz. Obviously, we like Kaz. We've been talking over the last few weeks about how we can all move forward together as a team. And last night, those talks just kind of really, broke down, and it was annoying. So now for what we're going to do is we're going to be moving forward as we've been doing for the last couple months with Akaash and I in front of the camera, Alexx and Eddin behind the camera, and yeah, we're going to keep on killing it as we've been killing it. I mean, these last 2 months have been unprecedented, the growth that we've had for this podcast. Like, we've literally had 50% growth in the last 2 months. So a lot of new people are finding this. I'm sure there's a lot of new people listening to the podcast right now who might not be as familiar with Kaz. So this might be news to them.
This is for the OG fans.
We're having this conversation for the OGs, for those of you who've been here from the beginning,
who helped me not be homeless,
who helped Akaash not be homeless, who helped me build out this place, who have been here literally getting this podcast to where it is by word of mouth, because we are not doing any advertising. We don't have billboards in fucking Times Square. Right? We don't have some massive podcasting company pumping our shit out to everybody. We literally have word of mouth. Word of mouth promotion. That's all it is. And we managed to create something absolutely fucking amazing. In a time where it was literally the most political correctness in history, we carved out a lane of flagrancy that did not exist anywhere else. I don't care what anybody fucking says. This did not exist anywhere else. And we fucking made it, and it thrived. And you would be floored if you knew who was listening to this podcast. I'm talking about from politicians to athletes to fucking musicians. Like, the DMs that we get that are private are pretty, they're just pretty impressive. And not like they mean any more to anybody else, but what started as this little tiny clique of
we're
all
we're the tiny podcast that could.
Literally.
Little podcast that could.
Literally. So like, to see that organically reach out to other people. Yeah. You know what I mean? Organically, everybody, you got to put this guy on. You got to put that guy on. I mean, like, it's just been so cool to find out who listens. And anything else from?
No, just if anybody felt betrayed, flagrant family, whatever, it's not because you're not family. It's just we wanted to sort it out ourselves before we brought it to y'all. Have something that worked for everybody. We didn't necessarily get that chance, so we're sorry it took so long.
Yeah.
This is how it had to be. But you're still family. We're still family.
100%. I mean, the only reason we're talking about this now is because it kind of got out on
Yes.
social media, in the Discord a little bit, and we felt like it was important to not ignore that core group of people who are the fucking engine of this podcast, who have made this, it get to where it is right now. And we didn't want to ignore you guys anymore. And that's where it is. Al, Eddin, anything?
Just love you, Kaz.
Yeah,
We love
love,
Kaz.
man.
We love you,
It's
Kaz.
always love. We always had Kaz's back. There's never a question about that. You can never question that. We're just very clear what it comes down to. I think you guys can understand. And yeah. So that being said, man, this fucking wedding invitation, bro. This is
Beautiful. Beautiful.
the only thing beautiful about this invitation is the picture. I have to say.
That's the whole invitation.
What?
That's the whole invitation.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but
Eddin did a great job. I shouted you out multiple times.
But
on
did he do the
last
gold
episode.
the gold stuff on it?
I don't act like that shit ain't cute, yo.
I mean, the gold stuff is just
It's cute. Cute than a
it's
motherfucker.
just so whatever. Do you know what I mean? Your little pose. You're looking at her like, you gonna spend all my money, huh? You gotta see this little pose that he got. His head's turned sideways.
I'm just trying to calculate the wedding cost as I turn my head sideways.
Like every single dollar of my money.
You had that plus that comes out to that.
I see how it is.
Well, that's a big, beautiful Magda right there, man.
Yo, man, big and beautiful.
It's a BBM.
Y'all not gonna talk about. You're not gonna talk about my mom's tits, bro. I know y'all gonna try to talk about my mom's tits.
I'm not. You are.
You said you're obsessed with your mom's tits, son.
Can I be honest with you, yo? I am.
You start. That's how you start and wrap it up.
All right, man.
Anyway, we love y'all, man. We hope we gave you some clarity, and we hope we, you guys feel a little bit more involved in terms of what's been going on. We'll see you Friday on the Patreon. Keep it tight as always. Peace.
Bless.